Surprise! Yes, that's right. I wasn't planning on doing this, but this was another unexpected episode from the Mighty Psycho. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. Yeah, I'm telling you. You just never know. I know. I know you guys are saying, hey, Psycho, I really wish that you could just nail down specific times. Maybe when I get to semi-retirement, which is still a couple of years away. So, Mick, hello. Fred from the Vinyl Gorilla. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. Yes. Like I said, total shebang bang last minute. I don't mind. I would. Let's see what else. Toby Tobins is eating right now. Little Ethan is playing with his Legos. Nobody at the teal couch for the moment. You just got me to put up with for a little while anyway. We're going to shoot for another 60 to 90, although surprisingly enough, like I said, with the last episode we did, it was almost 2 hours. It's been a while since I've done a 2-hour episode. I want to thank the 10 people that are already on here already. Brandon, good to see you. We were watching Nolan last night, and we were kind of talking. And thank you, by the way, for what you placed for the super chat from the previous episode. I don't know if I thanked you or not on that one. I forgot. Sometimes the noggin doesn't work already. Saturday morning, 10:25 in the morning, right now in Aussie time. Ruth Ann, how are you doing, dear? Good to see you. I am so sorry. I don't want you to think I've been ignoring you. I haven't, okay? It's just my world's stupid. So don't take it personal right now. Marcus, how are you doing as well? Yeah, I know you watched some of my videos as of late. Thank you very much. Seriously. By the way, gang, I was going to put it in the video, but I didn't get a chance. Made it finally to 1,250 subs. Now, I know it only took me 14 years. It's all a numbers game at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. But it's just nice. It's nice to me. It's a nice little milestone, one I won't celebrate till I hit 1,500, whenever that'll be, probably in another 14 years. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much. And how are you doing, Ruth? I'll put a link up in a little bit here as well, if you care to come up. I really did not have a lot planned per se here.
Hey, Grandpa.
Yes, grandson.
How many subscribers do you got?
1,250.
1,200?
See, he makes it out to like it.
Wait, so that means what? Because if we do 1,200, that's not even a number. It's 12,000.
No, I don't have 12,000.
Then what?
Say hello to the audience out there.
Hello.
He's playing with his Legos and all kinds of other things.
Oh. Can I show them something?
You're in Arkansas right now. You got your driver's license.
Can I show them these?
Hallelujah. That means we can
show
somehow meet in the middle and torture each other.
Can I show them these?
Sure, you can show them. What is it that anyway?
It's given to action figures.
What are those things?
Just give me two action figures.
All right. Anyways, axe pickers. I don't know. You can.
No, action figures.
Action figures. I'm sorry.
It's the first one.
That's some strange looking action figures.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they are.
But the second one is this one.
Cell phone man?
No. It's TV man, and this one's speaker man.
Oh, speaker man.
And then this one's...
Is there one that's turntable guy?
This one
like my turntable over there?
This is Titan cameraman.
Oh. Look at all this quads. Don't knock that over. In 3D. See, you never know what the hell you're going to get on this show. All right, enough. You
It's
goof.
cool. It's cool.
Lisa says, cell phone man has a phone bill to pay. Yeah, you betcha. All right, with your fist. You knock it off. I love you, you goof. Hi, Lisa.
Grandpa,
What?
look.
Ah, someday that just might save your life.
Wait, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, you're good at the. Yeah. Oh, not this again with the dance. Yeah. See, look, this kid's got way too much energy, and I wish I could harness that energy into this apartment so that I could pay less bills.
I'm gonna do
I probably wouldn't even have to pay an electric bill on the weekends anyway.
She go on the stay low, walking on the heat. I say me walk down, walking on the heat. I stand and down, in the heat. Fight for a creek for a con in the heat. She go on the stay low, walking on the heat.
Okay. Because it's 40 years since Mike and the Mechanics' song For Your Own Private Time is hanging by a thread. Actually, I did hear that song recently, and it is very goodly. Oh, no.
I'm a ninja.
You're a ninja now. That's fantastic. The child's got a...
I'm a ninja.
Yeah. Terry says that you have a scary imagination.
I'm a ninja.
He's a ninja. That's all right. Nothing wrong with it. Uh-oh. You listen.
Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I don't even know what Batman means because it's almost like the Batman the hero. But it is actually, I have a bat and a man. Batman.
Hey, not near the laptop. Not near the laptop. And not near my iPad. Which, by the way, I forgot to cut this off. Today it's good now. Finally, after 2.5 months. What? Don't poke me in the eye with that. I just got repaired.
I'm not.
Just took away. A kid needs sugar. You know what he had? He likes Nutella on toast. That's what he had, along with half a Rice Krispie. Oh my Lord. No, see, yeah, I know. Like I said, here, let me show you something with this. Oh
what?
My Lord. I can't believe I'm encouraging this. Calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. You wanted it surgery. Here.
Let me try on you.
I need a cheesecake too. All right, let's say something.
I'm Squidward.
Where is me buddy SpongeBob? Where is it?
I'm SpongeBob.
Get out of here.
I'm Gilly.
That's right. He knows no bounds.
I lost my finger.
Oh, he's got a clip finger. Clip finger. Finger of clip. Poor
My
clip.
whole finger. Ow!
Serves you right. Don't do that on your head. You're just trying to get to your hair? There you go. That's right. That is absolutely right.
I Squidward.
Go back to the Squidward again. You know, we got almost 20 people watching this. Oh, now we lost a couple just because you said I'm Squidward.
I'm Squidward.
Oh, God.
I'm SpongeBob.
All right.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
All right, go do something. That's a very good project. Yeah, Lisa says you're a handsome Squidward. And when does the battery run down on you? I don't know.
Never.
Never, he says. He might be right. I got to tell you something. When I look at this, and I love this kid, but it makes me wonder if I was that energetic when I was his age. And if that's the case, how come I couldn't harness that so I could be 150 pounds? Now, just harness some of that. Does he nap?
Yeah.
I guess he says yes. Yeah, he needs a nap.
LOL. Someone said LOL.
Goofball.
I need a freaking nap.
You know what, kid? You may hate naps right now, but when you get to be my age, they're golden. Don't put that on your tongue, for God's sakes.
It hurt.
It
hurt. I didn't even hurt. That's why I'm saying it's not even hurting. I said it's not hurt.
Hey, Ron, you have landed in some weirdness between me and the grandson with a chip clip. Ow! What the heck?
Chip clip. Ha! I got you, chip clip.
I'll give you haha. I got you, chip clip. All right. Yeah, naps are golden when you're over 30. You're dang right.
My
Looks
dad's
like.
30.
Let's do a musical little break. This song got stuck. Yeah, what's up, Reverend Ron?
Serious
Really? In fact, maybe in a little bit I'll bring up something interesting for you people. But let's have a musical break for a couple of minutes, shall we? This for some reason this got put in my head a day or two ago, and well, it's from the Tubes, and it's an outtake. Now, originally they tried to go off and say that this outtake was from Suffer for Sound, which was the 1980 unreleased album from A&M Records, but that's not the case because in 1980 MTV wasn't around yet. So then they went off and they were saying that maybe this was recorded for the Outside Inside LP. But basically, what's really funny is this song, well, sort of still holds true. Bill Spooner wrote it, and it's called Satellite.
I hear songs. I can hear songs. And I can hear a song in the headphones. No. No, I'm trying. It's heavy. No, that didn't even say nothing. No, they didn't even say nothing on the coffee. They didn't even say nothing. Whoa.
It is not that awful. They should have put that on outside inside. I don't know why they didn't do that for the tubes. I like this comment though. This drummer makes Meg White sound like a genius. Now listen, Prairie Prince was all right as a drummer. Yes, Popsicle. Original member of Journey. Most people don't know that. Yeah, all right, it's a popsicle. It's a popsicle. Anyways, original member of Journey, and of course the Tubes for all those years, and still Tubes, and an associate of Todd Rundgren. So he's been a very busy guy, and other bands too. Yes.
Is that what you said?
That's what I said. This is awful. Well, I can't always. Who is it? Like I said, it's the Tubes. I don't know, Paul Gorilla. Okay, fine. I never said that I had.
Painted there.
Yeah, point there, yes.
Point there.
Yeah, that was the Tubes. I love the Tubes, just didn't like that song. See, there you go. My favorite still is White Punks on Dope, which we played that a long time back. What are you, Guppy? All right, go play with your Legos for a little bit. Yeah, are those the Tubes? This country's going down. Wait, you know what? You may not be really far behind in the assessment. Because I'll tell you, it's kind of ridiculous. What? He drummed for Fogerty? I didn't know that. I knew he was all over the place. I think he actually drummed. Where the heck? He drummed on a Jefferson Starship related record too, if I remember correctly, at one point.
I'm toast coming out.
A baby's arm holding an apple. Yipes.
I'm a toaster.
You're a toaster. All right. Yeah. All right. Go play, okay? I love you, but go play. Yeah, the music sounds scrambled by you Tubes. That's about right, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? So, be careful. You got that popsicle stick in your mouth. So, go play.
Yeah.
Anywho, well, sure. No, I get it. Like I said, there's better Tube songs. It's just for some reason that one got stuck in my head. There's another one that I tripped on. I didn't realize that they did so many soundtracks too. I mean, Xanadu, they were in that one. Yeah, I know. Xanadu's a shit film, but the soundtrack is decent enough, you know. Just like the same thing for Sgt. Pepper, the soundtrack better than the movie, you know. But My Science Project, which I almost forgot about that movie, that they did a song for that. And then they did a song for Modern Problems with Chevy Chase, I think. And I heard that one too recently. I'm like, geez, I didn't realize in the 80s that the early to mid 80s that they were on a bunch of soundtracks. They need to cobble them all together. I wouldn't mind getting that. I don't know was there ever a Tubes box set? Because I would almost get that. I really would too. And as far as for that Suffer for Sound that I was talking about, the unreleased 1980 album from the Tubes from A&M that rejected the whole thing because they didn't hear a single. And you know what? They were kind of right. And from what I'm told, it might have been intentional that there was not a single because A&M kind of lost interest, even by Remote Control, which I love that album. Todd and Utopia are all over that album along with the Tubes, you see. And but I would say probably truthfully my favorite albums are the first album and Remote Control. And then I do like Completion Backward Principle. I do like that one. And Outside Inside to a smaller degree. But, they had their thing. And of course, for one of the earlier episodes of Jukebox from Hell, we did review for Love Bomb from 85, late 85. What do you got? You got some spinning thing. What the heck is it? Oh, it's a Sonic. I'm like,
can you spin it? Can you spin it?
You already are spinning it.
Or can you spin it?
Any band that can write a song about another waitress with an oh boy, it can't be all bad. Jeez. Yeah, talk to you later. And of course, the whole thing, with that and Steve Lukather, Luke going off and playing the guitar solos and stuff. Kind of, that mixed with David Foster and all that other stuff. Just did not go over really well for those two albums. Yes, okay. Go play for a little bit, okay? Thank you. Anyways, where was I on all of this? Oh, yes. So somebody brought up, and you'll have to forgive me because I can't remember who was the one that brought it up in the comments. I've had so many comments, I've already lost the plot. I lost the plot years ago, trust me. And so somebody brought up, of course, that's right, Peter Criss is working on an album, a hard rock album. He's got a bunch of friends, John 5 being one of them. I can't remember who the hell else is going to be on this thing. I want to hear the single. Oh, you did. Thank you, Brandon. I'm sorry. I'll give credit when credit's due. Brandon said it. But, I'll be curious. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about John 5, but I mean, it seemed like most of the time that when he's involved with something, okay, that it seems to be decent at least. Now, I know Motley Crue is currently a joke, but I do like the song Dogs of War. I do. The rest of it, not so much. But I'm like, okay, fine. And then, what was it? John 5 worked on the Steve Perry album from a couple years ago, Traces. The best song on there was co-written by John 5, and he played on there too. And of course, John 5 being in the DLR band, which is probably one of the best David Lee Roth solo albums that I've really heard. Seriously, the whole damn album. Try to look for it if you can. And other such things, Zombie and Manson and all the other fun things. Let's see. I didn't say where she came from, Piccolina. It don't matter who said it. It doesn't matter who said it. Like I said, it just seems like he's okay in my book. He's not great. What? What do you got now? Paintbrush, okay. I feel another gray hair coming on into my head here, along with everything else. Michael's fave.
I'm going to eat your paintbrush.
I like Dogs of War as well. That's one of Motley Spue's. Yeah, there you go. Motley Spue. I like that. Best songs. But yeah, the rest of that EP, no, they just should have not bothered. Oh, they. Can you excuse me a minute? I'm gonna go get some more coffee, and then we got I don't know a couple other music related things we could talk about. And then I also happen to have a Shenanigans moment that I totally forgot about from about almost a year ago. We'll play maybe about 10, 15 minutes of that as well. But don't you 18 people run away, okay? Ow, 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 ow. My back, my legs, my everything. Fix that later. Damn place. You know what?
Oh.
You're starting to slightly annoy me.
I like this to the camera when you're going to get your coffee.
I know.
I like this. I like this. I like this to the camera.
Shit. You can retire, take over the show. Oh boy. Cap. How you doing, Cap? I must be greatly stressed. Sorry, fam is showing up for the weekend. I'm here for another week. Sorry, fam is showing up for the weekend. I'm here for another week. What in Arkansas, right? I'm trying to think what like the halfway point would be. Fort Smith, maybe. Fort Smith. I have next Wednesday and Thursday off. Maybe we could figure something out. That'd be nice. Anyways, so we tried to entertain this kid. Oh boy.
What?
Nothing. This reminds me of the Danny Bonaducci review you did with Toby. I know. Remember that? That seemed like yesterday. Jeez. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, the Danny Bonaducci thing. There was this YouTube vinyl community video I saw yesterday that for some reason there was it's on YouTube now, so it's not much of a secret, but back then there was an unreleased Partridge Family song, and it's David singing I'm Your Magician, which, like I said, Bonaducci would cover like 2 years later. I'm going, how old was this stupid song when it got cut? Well, you know what? It beats Small Wonder, which that was a shitty show. I don't care what anybody says. That thing was just a dumb show, Small Wonder. Well, we like Rush. That means a lot. It is. It is actually a habit, especially when with the heat. The heat is. I'm in North Little Rock, but my car is in Caliboy. I'm so confused. I really am. I guess I'll have to try to maybe call you sometime over the weekend. Gonna have to pay him in Popsicle for his appearance. Oh boy, yeah. You betcha. Bonaducci versus Osmond. I remember that. My executive assistant, Donna Joe Cat Lady.
Did they just pay me a popsicle?
Oh, not another one. Oh God.
Okay.
Yeah, that show was just.
They said pay me a popsicle.
Oh boy, I'm telling you,
I got it.
I'm starting to really hurt a lot, kids. The arthritis really starts getting me. Doesn't help that I'm just a teensy weensy under 300. I need to start
I
losing
got
some
my
weight and be a
popsicle.
copy and a
I'll
fat.
pay your popsicle.
Yeah, all right. Go eat your popsicle. Oh my God. Yeah, you said the magic word. Thanks, Lisa. Anyways, the other thing that Brandon brought up, The Revenge of Alice Cooper. I'm telling you, I think this album is going to be real good. If you haven't heard, and of course I'd play it if I wouldn't get dinged by it so quickly, the new single Black Mamba. No, it's not Mambo. Black Mamba, as in Deadly Snake Black Mamba. And that's the single off of Revenge of Alice Cooper. And it's the whole band. Well, Glenn Buxton, been gone since 97. He shows up for one song. Yes, that's right. So for one song, you get the whole entire band back 50 years later. And then, of course, the rest of the members are on the rest of the tracks. So, yeah, I'm going to be buying this thing. I buy Alice's albums when they come out anyway. Yes. So Revenge of Alice Cooper, July 25th is the release date for that. Yes, it does have that old Alice sound. You are so right on that. I'll be back to actually move my stuff here. Okay. We'll figure it out.
How many subscribers do you got now?
The same as it was when I hopefully the same as it was and not lost people due to my ignorance or your popsicles.
12,020?
No, I don't have 12,020.
1220? 1220?
1,250 as of today.
You said 1220.
No.
Did it give you more subscribers?
I said 1,250. Ew. What are you trying to be, Gene Simmons Jr.? Get out of here. Help me with that. Go play. Go play. Go play. Yeah, he's got 4 million. He wants to have a channel when he turns. I think it's 13. You have to be to have a YouTube channel.
I had 4 million popsicles. 4 million.
I can believe.
Just kidding. I have 1 million. And a dozen. Actually no. I have infinite popsicles.
Just waiting on the volume should be getting next week. Gotta admit, I've not listened to much AC, so my comment about it is not being any good is redundant. I've always liked Alice. I don't know what it is. I don't have everything he put out. I think the earliest thing I've got is I do have Love It to Death. Maybe I got Killer too, originals. But yeah, the Love It to Death one I've got non-airbrushed with the thumb. Okay, if you know what I'm talking about. But the thing is, that one was kind of weird, right? So it says Straight Warner Brother on the cover, and mine's a Straight Records press. So I don't know. I had a chance to get Pretties for You, but I just didn't have the money at the time. I'm still, no, not the toast. Yeah, we already showed the toaster already.
I made toast.
Yes. Okay.
I'm a toast and a toaster.
That's delightful. You ever seen a movie called Brave Little Toaster? Well, we're going to have a sequel called Quiet Little Toaster because that's what I want for a little while. Quiet Little Toaster? Quiet Little Toaster. Anywho. Ka-ching. Oh, there are 3 Victrolas here with vinyl from the 1920s. I want to see that stuff. I really do. I think you need something in your coffee. Yeah, it's probably called a major sedative. You're a Han, A future Han Solo. Actually, she meant to say ham. You're a ham is about right, too.
No, everyone's gonna eat me.
He's my grandkid. With sticks, I love those. Yes, the wooden nickel albums on sticks are really great. And of course, when you're listening to Serpent is Rising, please don't sit on the plexiglass toilet.
Scan this.
Okay, will you stop? Jesus. Enough's enough. Yeah, quiet little toaster. That's what Dave said. Hyper little toaster coming out in fall 2025.
I'm a hyper toaster.
Oh, you're a hyper toaster, all right. So anyways,
2025. Oh, that's what you said.
Yeah, that's what Lisa said. See, hyper little toaster. That's you. I love the Grand Illusion too. I love it that they released it on July 7th, 1977, making it 7777. You know, it's okay. And Pieces of Eight, I like Pieces of Eight. Cornerstone, not so much. I think Cornerstone was a little bit of a mishap, in my opinion. And, you know, Paradise Theater, I like Paradise Theater. And all right, maybe I'm in the minority, but I like Kilroy. Okay, I like the whole thing. I do. Yeah. Oh, I think you're right, James. Would look great at a mural. So I'm going to show about 10-15 minutes of a shenanigan, you know, best of shenanigan clip. This one goes back 11 months ago to Found Love in Heavy Traffic on McDougal Street. I have a handful of people I know. 3 is what I would like. 3. Game show? Do we have 3 suspects? 3 of my unusual suspects that want to do game show today. That would be nice. If not, I can understand that too. That's right. That's the next album, Lock Up Your Popsicle. Yeah, it was, see, I just don't know what it is about Cornerstone. I try, it just, you know, not every great band can have a really good album, because, you know, another one that I'm not a big fan of is Cyclorama. That's another, and that's the only Styx autographed record I actually have as Cyclorama, which I'll explain that story later. But let's just sit in on this to 11 months ago, and this is actually one of the first appearances of Shenanigans. Yes, it is. And of course, a few other familiar faces you'll recognize.
Give me one moment, sir. No, we'll be back to this in a second. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest.
I got a bunch more.
It's been quite a while, actually, since this one was here. In fact, it was so long ago, Kevin was still alive. Rest in peace, Beans.
It's true, too.
And I know she likes seeing cat butthole. Unfortunately, I do not know. Yeah, you had to go backwards to see that part. Toby, somebody wants to see her butthole. Anyways, she's still cool, even if she
11
was
months ago.
born eastbound and down. Ladies and gentlemen, Shenanigan. Now, you guys don't know her very well.
Oh, thank you so much.
This is one that lives down the street from me,
Thank
actually.
you so much.
Oh, cool.
Nice to meet you.
No, now I live in Beaver Shores.
Oh, that's right. I'm
But,
sorry. Beaver Shores.
Yeah, the fact that you guys were even talking about Jerry Reed in my time of need has encouraged me to find my deep down country soul again. I wrote
You
a
have
song
seen the
today
light?
about a friend. Well, you know, I've seen the darkness, because it's really fucking dark out here, as you can tell. In
Not
the
sparked by
woods.
anything.
I'm pretty sure there's ticks and dicks out there somewhere. I'm scared. Okay.
I'm sorry. That's the way you
That's
said
Oh
it.
my God.
It's the truth. It's Arkansas.
Why does
What
that
the
sound like
hell
a
do
bad
you
business?
expect?
Ticks and dicks.
But so I was commenting a few weeks ago as my grandmother, Patsy Angel, she passed away, and so I was literally talking from the dead for a little bit, and now I have purchased a trailer house. Oh no. Out at this place called Beaver Shores.
You're officially a trailer park girl.
She was for a while.
Oh my God. I've been a
Damn.
townie for so long.
Okay, wait a minute. That makes that. Oh my God, that makes me even.
But I did want to
Oh.
mention the Jerry Reed. I did want to mention the Jerry Reed. Because Smokey and the
I miss
Bandit
her so
has
much.
been and will be always my favorite movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't know why. It's probably because everybody in my family were truck drivers.
It makes sense.
Ladies and
You
gentlemen,
know,
my final
and
guest
it,
up here on the show. Excuse me 1 second. My final guest on the show coming up. You know what? I think if Burt Reynolds and Jerry Reed could get away from the Bandit, I also think this gentleman could too, and even flip off and make a few cool voices to boot. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jeff Allen.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey,
Okay, you
yes,
sit
yes,
down,
yes, yes.
sit down. All right.
good to see you.
Let's,
you.
standing ovation.
It's nice
Standing
to meet
trailer ovation.
I love you people. I just do.
talking about
So,
Jerry Reed. Hold on.
yes, the big boss man. Not to be
Pretty
confused
Mary
with a wrestler.
Sunshine, she's all right with me. Love that song from Scooby Doo.
I'm just going to call you Ohio Dave, if I may, or Dayton. And you know what, Shenanigans, you already have yourself a fan. Because she's like, I like her. Ta-da.
Yeah.
Toby, we want to see your butthole. Where are you at?
Bring
Oh,
it.
well.
I don't think I want to see that.
Release the butthole cut.
You know what though? Abby, like, what was it? This morning? It was this morning, right? So I'm sitting here trying to get on the computer, and Toby, on her own, jumps on my lap. She goes, and then you could hear it all the way through, and then jumps around to look like a fur stole. I'm sitting here going, Toby, I'm going to have to move eventually, and I'm going to have to take you off of me. And all I heard was, I'm like, all right,
but she's so
whatever.
happy.
You lost a wheel. Oh, my, oh my. It wasn't a wheel of fire, was it? You see what I did there? What, Kimba? Oh, I'm sorry, backwards. Randy, you have no idea. Oh, you have no idea what happened to me last week. What, Kimba? Sorry, I lost a wheel.
You picked a fine time to leave me loose, wheel.
On the 18-wheeler, Kimba? Because if that's the case, you still have 17 wheels.
This is true.
Well, I normally wouldn't mind having Randy, but you
I
see
like to-
now,
I like
now
to-
I'm the
I like to
cheapo
go
version of
Randy.
StreamYard, and this is my max.
Not anymore, thanks to you people and your lovely donations. We can keep StreamYard going. Got a convoy.
I love that
I
song.
love that song.
Great
Don't
tune.
even get me started.
Time to put the hammer down.
Yeah,
But
right.
my favorite trucking song is 6 days on the road and I'm gonna make it home tonight.
Be
Yeah,
quiet,
Make this
Dave.
dog
Yeah,
and
no
simple.
get
Oh
back
no,
on
I
ain't
got a
work
Mustang.
in here no more.
Kimba.
This conversation is verbatim.
I don't
My
blame you.
mother, whose name was Park It and Party Peaches on the CB, she was running a boat down through Fort Smith, and she went under an overpass, and she saw the state trooper up there. And he said, hey, look, young blood, you're going to have to let off of that metal a little bit. He said, I clocked you at doing 195. And she said, well, officer, I'm afraid you're wrong because I know I was doing 110.
You're probably right. 110.
Do
Hey,
they
I'll
still
tell
do
you.
the 10-100 and the 10 thing and all that on CB, or is it like a little more streamlined?
When you get older, you do a lot more 10
You know,
100s.
I wouldn't know. I haven't gone 10
I don't even know
100.
if I don't even know if they even have like CB.
You know what
radio.
got me about Smokey and the Bandit is that Burt Reynolds told Sally Field to crawl under for 10 cents.
Yeah.
Would you want Frog having a crawl on it for 10 cents? Really? I'd crawl over just for the fun.
I remember pay toilets. Do
But-
any of you people remember
Sometimes
pay
at work, I'll
toilets?
just go off and
I'm not kidding.
I got to do a 10-100. I'll be back in a few. Are you coming up here now? Okay.
Aw.
Are you seeing me? Okay. Somebody wants to see your butthole. You want to come up here?
No.
Come on.
No.
See it, Toby.
Now remember in Dumb and Dumber that what was the cat's name in Dumb and Dumber?
I don't remember.
Second
Oh.
Butthole.
Oh,
And he goes, "Why did you name it Butthole?" He actually picks up the tail. He goes, and he just points at the butthole. Why do you think? It's hysterical. It's hysterical. It's the one funny part in the whole entire movie because the movie is not good.
See,
I know.
Kimba, my executive producer, Donna Jo Cat Lady, had the same damn problem. She leaves the tire tracks, and she didn't even get past a mile off the road. That was the end of that. I'm telling you, some of these people that work on the cars are idiots. I wish I was mechanically inclined. This is one of the weaknesses. I wish.
Don't we all?
Yeah, no shit, right? I mean, I had to get myself. Even Shenanigans doesn't know about this. I had to get a new car. The Toyota's gone.
what?
Yeah, I have a Mercury Mariner now. I have a mini
Oh
SUV.
yeah, you left Joe's show to say that.
I'm a Mariner now.
Oh my God! Look, I could have handled you. We could be friends before, but now I don't know if we can be friends now.
Well, that was the line
Jesus
cross.
Christ.
Who's in love with the drunken sailor? Who? And Jeff, throw that imitation I love so much.
Which one?
Crabs.
SpongeBob, what's eating me, boy?
Are you ready, kids? Aye, Captain. Oh!
You want to know how I'm feeling, boy? You want to know?
Brian, how are
This is
you?
why I love this place. You were the Jeff. You should have been in the voiceover business.
No, I know.
You know, guys, I'm sorry maybe for saying this, but
What-
is it
really
wrong
missed
that I really
opportunity.
kind of miss all these people?
Oh,
I mean, some of you guys are
What
still
is the
here, but you
Yakima-
know what I'm saying.
Yakima canoe.
Yakima Canute.
Before I went out for surgery on my foot, they gave me a new walkie-talkie to use, and it was just like Buford T. Justice, right? It had the cord on the shoulder. Right? And so me being the smart ass that I am, I get on there and I'm like, "Hello, Mr. Bandit."
Oh, that's cool, Brian. I didn't alert. I didn't have time to alert anybody. This was all last minute.
Jackie Gleason was.
It's all good.
Oh, he was great in that movie.
kind of lost
There's
their way. in
literally-
Smoking Bandit 3.
Well, it's getting to be
Yeah.
summertime.
You know what? If you saw Smokey and the Bandit 3, we can't be friends. You know,
I'm
we
I'm
can
saying
go
Smokey
off
and the
the
Bandit
two.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's-
lost the way. It really
that's
did. I was like
one and two
disappointed.
of that whole.
Hey,
That's not-
what about the Enos brothers?
But what?
The Enos
Hey,
brothers.
wait a second. I don't know if anybody knows this. Wait. Sorry. But the guy from Sons of Anarchy that played Opie, is the son of Enos from Dukes of Hazzard.
Nice.
So,
Cute.
Rick Hurst, the deputy, not Roscoe P. Coltrane, the other deputy.
Oh,
Rick
I see.
Hurst. Yeah, Rick Hurst.
Wow.
I used to love
He-
that show. Oh,
On the next
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy, they invade
Just a good old boy.
Hazard County.
I love playing that song. I play that song all the time. I love
I
that
said
song.
that you should actually do an all Arky show because I have a list of about that long of Arkies, famous Arkies that are in music. So
what was it? What was it? Yeah, see, the first victims.
Corey Vance. I know what you're talking about.
Damn it! I just was going to say that, Jeff. I
The
said
replacements.
the first victims that the Sons of Anarchy tied up in chairs was Coy and Vance Duke. They were died first.
They deserved it.
They did deserve
Coy
it.
and Vance Duke.
Coy and Vance.
Oh
now,
boy.
now the fucking Coy and Vance fan club are going to come after my ass. Oh well.
Here they come.
Well, it's a good thing you just changed cars.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
You can come hide out in Beaver Shores.
That's what she said.
Beaver Shores. That sounds like a porn movie of some sort.
Starring John Holmes.
Don't
Kate
get me started.
Kate Parker.
I just have a legal income now. I'm trying not to make moonshine, people.
Ooh.
Trying not to.
Let
Not
me
very
take you
successful.
down, 'cause I'm going to Beaver Shores.
Don't get some more.
And on that note, ladies and
How goes
gentlemen, one of the Jewel of the Orients. It's Brian. How
Can you
goes
hear
it?
me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you fine. It goes,
Okay.
my friend. It goes. How's it going
Nice.
over there?
It's going good. It's Saturday morning, and the crew's getting ready to wake up. And I think the in-law. I thought they were going to go to the in-laws today, but it turns out that I think they're coming here. And my house is, and I need. To, it's always a little bit intimidating to think that my father-in-law is going to come here and like look at all my records and be like, shouldn't you be saving for your children's college funds?
As you point and go, these are the children's college
That
funds.
should be my strategy. That should be my strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was my father-in-law is a very good man, and he's a very was very smart with. He's frugal and but smart and resourceful with his salaries, and he retired early and did well, and I think he sometimes sees me with a motorcycle, and he forfeit a bunch of things that I'm sure he sees me having, and he's a better man than I am. But yeah, he'll be here, so I'm kind of cleaning up. But I wanted to pop on and say hi. I got to clean up. I got a gajillion records on the floor. How are you?
I'm fine, but since you got a gajillion records on the floor, why don't you pull 3 of them at random so we can see what you got?
Okay.
Since I do actually believe in showing records, at least somewhere in this shows, this will be the show me record time.
I have to do like a real whack-a-mole sort of strategy. Do I have like? I'll pull one over here. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is a real 80s, 90s kind of. Oh shit, there they go.
Oh no.
Okay. So
okay.
Am I backwards? I think I might be back.
No.
Am I backwards?
No,
Okay.
you're fine.
Okay. This is an album by the Black Keys. The name of this album is Brothers. Now, I can't remember it. This is a repress, but I can't remember if this is the record Brothers. I can't remember if this is what the Brothers. Uh-oh, can you still hear me? I can see my phone.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Do you know this record? This is a fun record by the Black Keys. I saw the Black Keys like before they were enormous, and I've been a long time fan. Have you ever gone down the Black Keys hole?
Believe it or not, Walmart Radio will play their hit "Mold on the Ceiling." See, that's what I call it, is "Mold on the Ceiling." I don't know what album that "Gold on the Ceiling" it was off of, but they'll play that one, and they'll play another one too, but I can't remember the title of the other one.
I don't even think I know "Mold on the Ceiling."
I'm making fun of it. It's gold on the ceiling, but it's like I just think
gold
mold
on the
ceiling. Yeah, so I'm stupid like that.
Their songs kind of they I don't know. I can relate to them as dudes because they're about my same age. They're not that great of musicians. They're record maniacs. They're from sort of nowhere in particular. And like, I don't know. I just saw them and I was like,
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh. Brian. Oh, we had. Oh. Try again if you can. If you can. I thought we had him for a second, and then he went. Phew. Mold on the ceiling. I know. I come up with the dumbest things, because they play the stupid songs over and over. Like, I want to say it's like a 2-hour loop at my store. Yeah. He did. He went down the black keyhole. That's a good one. You get points for that today. Well, I hope he'll come back. Maybe his father-in-law caught him. Oh, okay. Here, wait a minute. Okay. There we go. Yay!
Yeah.
All right.
Incoming phone call booted me off of.
It was the father-in-law, right? He's like, gonna be there soon.
No, I gotta talk to my. I'd love anybody's advice. I gotta talk to my tech guru, dude. I'm out of storage. I have like 12 terabytes or more. I think I have I have like terabytes upon terabytes. The nature of my work is like I have a lot of data, and I'm out of data, and I'm tired of buying. I want to know what the new thing that everybody does is. But
Wow.
anyway, so he's calling me. My tech guy is calling me back to tell me what I should do. So anyway, this is a good Black Keys record. I have like all the records kind of bleed into one another, and I kind of can't remember which is which. But this one has a tune on it, which has a video that accompanies the. This is a lot of text to read,
Yeah,
and
no kidding.
yeah, and I think might even be. Yeah, there's more stuff. There's posters and stuff on the inside and books and things. It's a pretty good package.
Nice.
And there's a song on here called what's it called? I think this is Tighten Up. Do you know Tighten Up? Like the old Tighten Up. It's like a spin-off, an old blues number. And they
Archie Bell and the Drells.
That's the one I'm
thank
thinking.
you. And there's a video that accompanies this Tighten Up song on MTV, and it is freaking hilarious.
I'm gonna have to
video?
look. No, I'm gonna have to look at it now.
Oh, it's classic MTV, like for the annals. It's really, really good. It's like the best recent video I've seen in years. There's this storyline that goes through it, and there are these two kids on the playground, and they're like mini me versions of the Black Key Boys. One's got a jean jacket, and they're about 10 years old, and they see a girl on the jungle gym, and like one of them's trying to impress the girl, and then the other one's trying to impress the girl, and then the girl's trying to decide which she's going to go with, and then it comes to blows, and then the dads who are just like eating donuts and drinking coffee, sitting on the park bench, like barely paying attention to their kids.
Hey,
They end
that's
up
me.
being like,
I mean,
my
what?
kids beat your kid, and my kid in this, and then they end up going for it. It's really fun. It's a really fun story. And then, just to go quickly, I got Beck Guerrero.
Oh, cool.
From
cool.
yeah,
Hey.
and I think this is like an original press. Yeah, I've had this for ages and ages.
I don't know if I know that record. You got me on that one.
E-Pro, cool. This you know it. You just when you hear the songs, you'll know it. Yeah, killer record, and it's flexing. Beck's ability to speak Spanish and be from East LA-ish or whatever that side of him is. I really love the sort of Latin flair on this record. Killer record. Nice. I think actually one of the best Beck records. And then this is like staying really on
James.
What's that?
I was talking to someone in the gallery.
And then you got Paul's Boutique, which
there you go.
Cool.
And I bought Paul's Boutique thinking no. I bought Paul's Boutique like the day it came out. I was like 12, 13, 14 years old. And I remember it very much not being Licensed to Ill. I remember being like, oh no, I don't know if I like this. Or this is their second record, I think. Yeah, it's their second record.
Yeah.
And I just remember like being on a road trip in the back of a station wagon with my family and my Walkman and listening to it and being like, I just spent $12 on this. Like, I hope I just didn't get fleeced. And like,
oh boy, have we all had that feeling in one way or another in albums. Right?
And then over time, like then I just grew. I had to listen to it 8,000 times before I was like, okay, I like it. I do like it, but it had to grow on me. And yeah,
So
I mean,
I'm trying to
that was
remember something, Brian. Okay, so I remember License to Ill, but what's like the big one off of Paul's
Hey,
Boutique?
ladies, get
Yeah.
funky. Ding, 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 ding,
Okay,
ding, 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 ding. Yeah,
okay, yeah.
this was, yeah. And actually, Paul's Boutique. How appropriate, Paul, that I pulled Paul's Boutique.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
and this one's cool. Check this out. So you have this,
Leverage had it like
Nice.
a
but check this out. Check
trifold
this out.
cover or something.
Hold
That
on, this is
album.
cool. Just a second.
Yeah, I know what
Sure.
he's talking about.
You
Yeah.
got this, right?
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
you got this,
Wow,
There
what
you
the
go.
heck? See, that's what I like about records, is
right?
when they can do that.
It's on the
That's
other side too.
crazy.
Mhm.
I love it.
And it's got the lens flare in it. Oh, it's so cool. It's so supremely cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, this is one of my
Wow.
all-time favorites. Yeah, 3 records. Thanks for the challenge. It was a good little challenge.
Yay! Thank you. Let me ask you something. Since it's been a while since you've been over in your old land of Tulsa. I don't know if you noticed that my last episode, John D. Levan passed away, and he was one of the foundations of the Tulsa sound, along with Leon Russell and J.J. Cale and such.
Say his name again. His name one more time.
John. Okay, so it's John D. The letter D. Levan. Levan. V-A-N.
You have to understand, these guys were all sort of like my father's peers, maybe even like a
Probably.
few years older than him. Yeah. And so that name sounds really familiar. And I, of course, know, Leon and JJ. And I know there's like 4 other names that I kind of remember. And he is not one of the names. But he's in there somewhere. But you probably know him better than I do. Do you know any of the other Tulsa Sound people?
Well, let's see.
Come
Other
on,
than
Dave. Why
other
don't we, Dave?
than
You've got this. I know you've got this.
well, let's see. Other than Leon and JJ,
If I hear the names, I'll
It's hard to remember
recognize
what
them.
musicians.
I think that's the only ones that are really coming to mind. I mean, I've had a lot of coffee today, but my brain doesn't go very well.
Larry. Yeah, there's 3 or 4 more of them, and they're like sort of wrecking crew, kind of like their names, but you kind of don't know their names.
Okay. Larry Mitchell and David Gates.
You got me.
They were in Bread, but they also Larry was in the Wrecking Crew, and I think he came out of Oklahoma just like David did.
Yeah, it's that lineage, but that's not. I don't think they're the Tulsa Sound dudes. But
Brandon is saying
Larry
Carlton.
Schaefer. That's the guy's name. Larry Schaefer.
Oh, Larry Schaefer.
I think. Yeah. He was one of the big. I think. Yeah, he was.
Larry Carlson
one
was
of the main. One of the main troublemakers in that scene. Yeah, and then like Clapton was there for a while, and my friend's dad, Larry Williams, he wrote like 4 or 5 Clapton tunes, and he's got a recording studio out there and a bunch of gold records on the walls. And
your dad,
this is my buddy's dad.
Oh, buddy's
he has an airstrip. What? They have an airstrip on their land, on their piece of property, and they have little planes coming in and out. And Bonnie Raitt, and
to be honest with you,
ZZ Top, and Larry Williams. You'll have to look him up. He's a producer and songwriter.
That made me think. There's an R&B.
Give me a few minutes.
Larry Williams. That's the one I'm thinking of.
Who is that?
There's an R&B singer from the 50s called Larry Williams, but that's not the same person.
His dad was a bit of a he was just this sort of enigma. We never actually got to hang out with him that much. He was always, but his son Shaban was a buddy of mine.
Jamie Oldiker is another one too. He was I think he was a drummer for Clapton at one point, and also for Fraley's Comet too. He came out here because we did a benefit at George's Majestic in Fayetteville when and I really wish I wanted to go to this damn one. Sleepy LaBeef, when he died a few years back.
I heard that name, Sleepy LaBeef.
Mm-hmm. He lived in Springdale, Arkansas, about 2 towns down, but he was around since the 50s. I have an album on 70s Sun. He cut a record for Sun in the 70s. So I mean, he was a good rockabilly stuff. Oh, good rockabilly.
Paul, I haven't lived in Tulsa since 1995.
Oh wow, 30 years. I don't know why I
Yeah.
thought it was like you were there till
No,
like
no, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no. I love to brag that I'm from there, but to be honest, like it's almost like I've
Hey,
lived
Sean.
here longer than I've lived elsewhere, and I like to flex those credentials a little bit, but you
Yeah.
guys, you're closer. You know, it's more in your bones than it is in mine, probably.
So let me ask you, since you've been there for quite a while, what was the last show, concert, show, whatever, that you've seen over there
Oh yeah, what
in
did I see
Japan?
last?
Yeah,
I
what
mean,
do
I saw like a small. Saw a couple of small bands, but the band that you would know that I saw last was the Black Crows. I saw that the Black Crows were here not that long ago. That was
nice.
pretty
Yeah,
cool. Yeah,
they're a good
my
band.
my friend Eric Deutsch and my piano teacher. He's a Black Crow. He's one of the newest Black Crows. Yeah.
Wow.
So they came over and I was so bummed because like they were here. He's played with uh he's played with Citizen Cope. He's played with G Love. He's played
Hmm.
with Nora Jones, and he's like a gun for hire piano player, really amazing piano player, and he has his own bands. He lives in Mexico City. He's a really cool dude, Eric Deutsch, and he's just dropping his first vinyl record. He's got a bunch of CDs. Do I have one right here?
Hey,
I
Kitty.
do somewhere, but anyway, uh, what was I going to say about him? Oh yeah, so the day that they came here, so he had been here a couple times before, and I'd introduced him to some of my Japanese friends, and he got friendly with some of my Japanese friends, and so he's got a little he's got a little following here in Japan, and so anytime he comes with whatever band he's coming with, a couple of my Japanese friends always go to the shows, and it's a great little chance for us all to get together. And the night that the Crows came, they were like, he was like, "You want to come backstage?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah," you know. And so I go backstage, and the Robinson brothers are like hanging out over there, and like Eric's talking to me, and I'm just trying to be cool, and and I don't really approach them, and then like everybody's getting on the bus to go to the hotel and to the bar, and they're saying, "Do you want to? Are you going to come with us?" Yeah, that's a great Black Keys record. Wow, on wax too. Really well done.
Brian, would you believe I found this at our thrift store? Our thrift store in Riverton. Only paid $1
Unbelievable
for it.
find. Very nice score.
Yeah,
I don't own that one on wax. It's kind of a rare one. It's like an EP. It's like 8
it's a
songs, right? Shuma Loma or something.
Oklahoma. It's not very many. Yeah, it's an
Shuma.
EP.
Yeah, it's a good one. I have it
2000,
on CD.
2006 Fat Possum Records.
Yeah, Fat Possum. The Fat Possum story is kind of interesting. That guy like blew his entire like
Oh,
college Pell Grant on recording like Mississippi artists,
Wow.
and the Black Keys were like his only non really Delta blues band that he
really?
pulled out.
The only thing about the label, so yeah.
It's a fun story. They're still. I think he nearly went under, but I think he's still around. Black Keys have went on to Nonesuch,
Yeah.
anyway, um, so I don't go with I can't. I got a job the very next morning, like at 6 a.m. and I like 5 a.m. I cannot go party with the Crows the night after, and they said, and my friend. He left his kids he's left his like 3 kids all like under the age of like 13 or 14. They're perfectly fine and safe in his big secure house, but he left them there all night, and he sent me pictures the next morning, and he's like got his arms around both the Robinson brothers, and he's hanging out, and they're all singing. He like gets to be best buddies with them, and I freaking didn't get to be there. I was so bummed.
Darn it.
Such a
Yeah,
stupid move. Hey, did you hear yesterday I met Patti Smith?
No.
you do
No.
it.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Dude, I've told the story now this will be the third time I've told it, but because I made a little video about it, and I told it I had a stream last night, but she's here in Tokyo, and she was on the street and yesterday, and I just saw her, and I was like, oh, and I couldn't believe it. I didn't know if I should like just like leave her alone or go chat her up or ask her for a like I was like, oh, what should I do? And I just couldn't believe it, and so I just got the nerve up after I had like collected myself for a moment to go up and say to her, "Can I have just like a minute of your time?" And she was like, "Okay." She had this kind of like little bit like All right, let's hear it. Go ahead, roll the tape. And I said, I'm Brian. I'm a 20-year Tokyo resident. I'm a big fan of yours. I think Miss Smith. And she said, yeah.
Shows I've
And I
seen.
said, well,
Mm.
yeah. And she said, nice to meet you. And she kind of warmed up, but she kind of had this like kind of attitude that you almost want her to have, you know, you wanted her to have. And then she was just friendly and told me about what she's doing in Tokyo. And I just got to say thanks for all the great music and poetry. And she said, take care, Brian. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she didn't remember my name. It was awesome. And I
Nice.
left and I felt really good. Like, oh, I didn't like reach for like one more little extra bit that I needed from her. I just like, I sent a catch and release, and I felt totally good about it. It was a nice experience. I hope I didn't like ruin her day or anything, but
No,
yeah, she was
I
nice.
highly doubt it.
I'm sure.
No, it was really cool though. Yeah, Patti Smith, can you believe that? Rock and roll legend, punk rock legend. Couldn't believe it.
I got to admit, I haven't heard that name in at least a New York minute or two.
Yeah, I was pretty
Because
excited.
that belongs to lovers. That song.
Yeah, well, hold on. Let me hear. What's 今日はなんかの何の予定？何の予定？今日は予定は何？
今日は10時とバーバ
何時？
3時ぐらいに。
3時。Okay, so that's safe.
6時ぐらいから10時ぐらいまであとダンス。
Live?
え
3人で行く？
?3 人じゃない。
おじじとばば。
まあ帰る。
Paul,
Okay.
of course, Bruce Springsteen wrote one of her songs.
例えば月曜日のチェック。
Okay. Okay, that's good. I have until 3 to clean this mess up. I thought I had only until noon, but I have until 3. That's good. Yeah.
Oh,
So what's your most recent record scores? What have you scored lately? I saw Dave produced the nice Black Keys record. What's something that you scored recently?
well, let's do his first. He's probably has it. He actually asked me last episode.
Marshall Tucker Band.
Yes.
Okay, I have
Okay,
came across Marshall Tucker Band. Yeah, third story here.
And for the moment, it's officially a tribute band. Doug Gray, the only original member left, had to take a medical sabbatical.
Yeah.
So we don't know when he's ever coming back into the band.
Yeah.
So it's a tribute band, ladies and gentlemen. As of like 2 weeks ago.
I think Marshall Tucker Band was in my parents. Not to like make you feel old, Dave, but like I think I remember. I don't know if I've given Marshall Tucker a good shake. What would be? Is that not like who did the Devil Went Down to or what? Yeah,
Charlie
Daniels.
Charlie Daniels.
Charlie Daniels. Okay.
Sean says, are Patti Smith, Kim Deal, and Kim Gordon the 3 coolest women in rock?
Yeah, guess so.
Yeah, I have to give an honorary mention to Liz Phair. I'm a giant Liz Phair fan.
Oh, there you go. I haven't heard that name in ages either.
And Margaret. Okay. Nice. That's a lovely photo. I love the cover.
And Margaret Alton there.
She always looks so beautiful. Could have been Mrs. Elvin. Could have been Mrs. Presley. Could have been. Should have been.
What's that story?
Well, with the whole Viva Las Vegas thing, I mean, they were pretty tight, those two, and that's why I'm surprised that they two didn't get married. Oh boy, hello, Fada.
Okay, that's that song. Okay, was he a comedian? Was he a comedian more than he was like a musician, or what?
He didn't know parody songs.
Okay, he was like.
Hello, right on this one, but yeah.
Wasn't there like? I remember some controversy about him vaguely. Oh wow! Look at that, the gold label promo. Very cool.
I think that what is it? I was on a Dr. Demento album. Irving, the 104th fastest gun in the West. It was a real goofy parody, very goofy. But I love Dr. Demento. That's where I remember hearing it.
Well, wait, Dr. Demento is where you heard Alan Sherman?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting because that's where like Weird Al started. That's where Weird Al got his start, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so does Alan Sherman must be a hero of Weird Al? No, I've never heard.
I don't know. Maybe they're still going too, though. I guess Dr. Demento's show's still going, but trying to find it is another interesting thing. Saw Marshall Tucker twice, once in '76 and once in. See, now I would have loved to have seen him back in that time frame. I used to buy all the Wyndham Hill New Sounds albums.
Hey, Paul, you ever heard this song?
Strike It Up from
Nice.
Black Box.
1991, they were Italian disco group. Yeah.
No, you got me on that.
You were listening to radio in 1991, were you?
Tch.
Talk for you.
I'm putting my George Harrison record away, and I can easily find it in my collection by looking for the extra texture orange. It just pops right out of the George Harrison. So what do we got here? Ed Townsend. Boy, I don't know these records, Dave. These look like
I like old 50s music. What can I say?
okay. I don't know them.
Oh, Sean knows who Black Box is.
Alan Sherman made a song about hating the Beatles. That would not surprise me either.
He's the Four Preps.
The Four Preps.
Oh yeah,
Good
Brian Wilson's
I told you one of the
favorite.
One of the Beach Boys was influenced by the Four Preps.
Yeah.
I told Mason that the other day.
Cool. What's your kitty cat's name, Paul?
Toby Tobeans.
Toby Tobeans. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can take me down. I'll spare you with my jazz albums. Maybe.
But I'll show you the last thing that I picked up, Brian, because I mean, and how I don't want to say convenient. That's not the right word, but yesterday was the 50th anniversary of Pete Ham's passing. But I finally got a copy of this, and it sounds wonderful.
Wow.
And I mean, I'm just
that's a cool cover too.
Very, very much so. It's
okay. You got that's like a perfect record to sit down and open up and listen to. Yeah, well done.
It is a really good record, and it's not colored vinyl. It's straight black vinyl, and it does sound really good. So
it's not a repress. It's an old record.
So what it is that they found the master tapes. It was recorded December 1974 over a 3-week period, and they finally found the master tapes almost, like I think they found them in 23 or something, and they finally got it released. And I was really happy. The sound is a lot better than the CD that I have. Yeah, because I've got. Pardon me, Jerry. I've got this was the only other way you could get it back in 2000 on Snapper Records in the UK. This CD is not that easy to find. This is a double CD. There is no bells and whistles on the vinyl, but that's fine. I did, the master tapes are strictly just for the album itself, But I'm still glad to have this, though, for the added demos and such. But yeah, 50 years ago, yesterday, was when Pete Ham went and, well, unfortunately unlived. Thanks to stupid SAS management.
Bummer.
I actually have to thank Stephen Schnee on alerting me when the new order came through. I immediately pulled the trigger on it, and I'm so glad.
I like that guy, Stephen Schnee. He's super cool.
He's a good egg. I like him too.
I like his show is so pro, and I love his. He's just got the most buttery voice on all of YouTube, and
sure seems that way, don't he?
It's just he's the best. Yeah, nobody does it better.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a very long time.
Seems that way, yeah.
What you got there?
You do pretty good. You're pretty good. You got a lot of patter, Paul. You seem like you could do this like on a radio. You've done radio, right? You did radio?
On and off for 7 years, yes.
Okay.
Mostly Chicagoland. There's this little I call it podunk cow town named Harvard, Illinois, which had about 6,000 people in it. It's like a border town for Illinois, Wisconsin, and the station was called WMCW, which stood for milk capital of the world. That's what they were known for one point or another. And so this is how goofy this is. It's an AM station, right? Or was an AM station.
Cool.
But it was they spent the money on this. I can't believe it. AM stereo 1600. I'm going. Very few stations spent the money to go be AM stereo, but yet this one did. And I'm like, strange. What is it? What?
Get a snack.
Yes. Excuse me a minute. I'm gonna get snack for the kid.
Go
I'll
for
be
it.
back.
Go and come back. So AM, was AM always what? Like, okay, my dad was in the shortwave radio, and do you know about Dave? Do you know about radio wave? You know about AM FM? Because it's kind of like when we came on, like all AM. To my generation, AM equaled like talk radio and like lo-fi and like oldie stations, and FM was everything that we listened to.
I was born 69, but I read that AM radio was FM was introduced till late 60s, I think.
So, but I didn't know that AM or FM was the distinguisher of FM radio. The fact that it was in stereo.
I guess I'm not positive. I'm not positive about
so
that.
you could still get AM radio. You could still get stereo on AM radio, according to Paul. It sounds like. Interesting.
Maybe. I'm not sure about that, but I guess. Yeah, Brian.
Dave, do you have a nice world collection of music? Do you have some Brazilian records, some Japanese records, anything like that?
No.
Nothing? Really?
I go more commercial, I go more commercial stuff that's popular. I like jazz.
Yeah, me too. I'm not a deep digger. I'm not super deep. But you don't have.
I don't do world music. I don't like world music that much, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul, we were asking, is the distinguishing feature of AM and besides long wave and short wave, is AM only mono and FM is stereo? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah.
So when FM radio came out, was the big deal that it was in stereo? Was that what made the transition huge?
So, okay, I'm not really good at the whole broadcast history of things, but let me just tell you that the whole AM stereo, I guess this was like around 1981, 82 was when they rolled out AM stereo, okay? And I think everybody thought it was going to work and everybody was going to jump on the bandwagon. I can't remember who created. There was a special, you added it to your whatever to make that sound. But not many stations in the country did that. That's why I'm surprised that this podunk station, which lasted since the mid 50s, they died. Let's see, what was it? I came down here in 07. So I want to say 2005, 2006 is when they finally bit the dust, only to get resurrected a couple years ago, FM and online. So, but it's that's what I did. I did on and off for 7 years. I did like commercial announcings and I did a handful of shows and such, But most of my big thing was Chicago. I was on for about a year on this little 5,000 water. 10,000 water college station.
That's
and
big, I think, right?
For downtown Chicago, sure, because it's huge. Like you got all those stupid skyscrapers, so trying to get a good signal is going to be quite interesting. But I had for 9 months I had to go and play the club house and some R&B music to get the show that I wanted to do, which I called it, what did I call it? Musical history tour. I think that's what I called it, something like that. It was an offshoot of Magical Mystery Tour. And so the thing is that that's where I got my variety show. And I played anything and everything I had in the collection. The thing is, the turntables were locked, which really sucked. They were only for the DJ. And so I'm like, fine, be that way. So I would tape down to cassette all the vinyl I was going to play. They had a cassette deck. And then here's another one for you people out there. So they went and spent money. This little college station, okay, in Chicago, spent money on a DAT machine, digital audio tape, because they thought, oh, in the mid to late 90s, oh, DAT is going to be the big dick. Anywho, so cassette for the vinyl stuff, so I could play it, and then 3 CD banks, and then there was carts and stuff. So I'm just sitting here and I'm enjoying myself. I really, really am. But it took me 9 months of to get to 3 months of whatever the hell I wanted to play.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep, Saturday 9 to noon. I was the hangover crowd.
That's a great slot. 9 to noon. That was NPR. When I worked at a diner for years in college, which was like a wonderful job. It was this little vortex of a place. And every morning, Saturday and Sunday morning was like, Sunday morning was like gospel and reggae, and Saturday morning was like NPR and This American Life, or it was like these sort of variety, sort of well-produced American shows where you'd get like, that's a good time slot. That's a good early morning time slot.
Well, it
So
was
wait a
kind
second.
of
I have a
yes,
couple questions. If you'll,
sure.
yeah. What did you? So wait a second. You were hired as a radio station DJ, and they locked the turntables up, and you couldn't play. You were meant to fill hours with music, and yet they didn't let you. They didn't give you access to the turntables.
Right, because the fact of the matter is the turntables were brought in by the specific. There was this one show that was on Saturday nights, and they were, you're done with them already?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to wait a little bit. So, but they would play 6 hours.
Right.
And that was a very big popular show. And so, well, I mean, it's their turntables. They brought them in. They wired it all together. It was their right, I mean, it like I'm not electrical, but let's face it, that'd be like me bringing in and being able to put the patch cords and get it through, and here's my turntable. Don't touch it.
Right.
But that I mean, come on. So that's why. But
so when it was a college station, they that's kind of, was it like in a office room, or was it like in a bedroom, or what was the facility itself like?
For what, the college station? No, it was it was a legitimate studio.
But
and
somebody had to bring in their own turntables to the legit studio?
Well, yeah, because you're talking, this is the late 90s. This is actually like around 2000.
Okay,
and
so had gone away.
Yeah. Except for the hip hop show.
Okay, I got it. Hold on, Michael's FM wasn't as susceptible to interface as AM, and generally had a much better sound quality.
That's
right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
James says there's only one AM radio stereo left in the United States. I wonder wonder who that is by chance. That's true, Michael.
Yeah, it was great enough.
Dusty's in the house, of course. Hello, Dusty.
So, Paul, I got another question for you. Did you get a book about how did you learn who showed you the ropes of radio DJing? Or did you just wing it and do
I had to wing it. I mean, what I did was before I went on, how do I explain? Okay, I was in Columbia College in Chicago, Illinois. All right, and it was a big media thing. Okay, so there was TV production and TV broadcasting and radio production and radio broadcasting, and I mean, internet wasn't really around yet, but they started adding that stuff too. So mainly, it was sure, you could get a teacher certificate and stuff like that, a degree, but I got a degree, unfortunately, I hate to say this, in communications, which of course didn't do me shit after 2007, because that was the last time I was on air. Down in Arkansas.
Well, you're on air right now.
Well, yeah. So this is the point. But this doesn't feel like. I mean, this is like a homey atmosphere, which I think radio should be homey atmosphere anyway. But yeah. So you asked me something else, and I forgot what the question was.
The pattern, like Steve Martin has this bit that he talks about. Like he wanted to, he got a magic book of magic tricks, and not only did it show you how to do the magic tricks, but it gave you all the ladies and gentlemen, step right up. We've got something
Yeah.
here for you today, and you've got quite a bit of that. I would say almost maybe more than anybody else on here. Stephen Schnee is one of the guys who I feel he's got it, but I don't see anybody else.
It took lots of
You know.
practice. It
Yeah,
took
what's the
lots of
talk
practice.
about that? What's that about? What kind of practice?
Well,
I mean, like, where'd you by listening to other people, or just knowing what you
yes,
like, or okay.
yes. But I mean, okay, like for example, some people have asked me who my influence was. Who was the one that I looked up to?
Dr.
Now,
Demento?
well, no, Dr. Demento was great, but no. So I don't mean to throw out old stories, but I'm going to do it anyway because this will prove a point, because it does bring back to something current. So we were in the middle of a radio production class, and so there was a group of us, like 3 or 4 students along with me, and we're like, who would you want to be? Like, who do you aspire? Well, now I should tell you that for 2 of my classes, okay, so 2 different classes, does the name Horatio Sands familiar to you at all?
Barely, but the name sounds familiar. I don't know though.
Saturday Night Live. He was on Saturday Night Live later, like a few years later. He's in SNL, but I knew him when we were going to school together.
Wow.
So I thought it was
Who was one of his? What did he look like? What was one of his characters?
He was a very portly man. Oh boy, characters, I don't know, but
I'm gonna go look him up.
If you look him up, you'll probably recognize him anyway.
Horatio Sands, I got
Horatio Sands. He's kind of a little bit in trouble, at least as of late. But so the thing is, he goes off, and I remember he says, "I want to be the next Howard Stern," and I'm going, because Stern was hot back then, and I'm just going, everybody and their mother wants to be the next Howard Stern. Or the other answer that came out was, I want to be the next Mancow, which Mancow is kind of, he's still around too. He's kind of like took some stuff from the Stern playbook and added a little bit different obnoxiousness to it. Then they went and asked me, and they're like, well, what do you want to be? And I said, I want to be the next Bob Stroud. And everybody's like going, huh? And I'm going, he's on the loop. He's the professor of the College of Rock and Roll Knowledge. He knows almost everything. And whatever he's playing, there's a backstory, a real quick one. And he mentions stuff. And then I go, he still was on at the time. And he started in the 70s. Well, here's the fun part. He is now being inducted into the Illinois Music Hall of Fame in September down in Joliet, Illinois.
That's
so
cool.
I know. I'm like, here's the guy that I kind of looked up to. And he is getting some acolytes, and I'm happy for that. Let's see here. What is Steve Martin vinyl? Yes, and I guarantee that the last AM station plays Coast. I miss Art Bell. Art Bell was fun. Coast to Coast AM. What's that to do with Paul Lynn? What's that all about? Yeah, he's on SNL. Let's Get Small by Steve Martin. Let's Get Small, yes. It was a fun record. It was a fun record. Like the first 2 or 3 albums he did were fun. Yes.
Dave, so my very first music, like touch of music, was sitting in front of the boombox, like laying on my tummy, like glued to the speakers, and like little pen and paper, and keeping track of the week of Casey Kasem's weekly top 40 and seeing who moved up.
Yeah, I did too. I wrote all the top 40 songs down too.
Okay, we were doing that at the same time. And this one, the what was the dedication thing? This is a Casey Kasem dedication. What was that called?
Long distance dedication.
Long distance dedication.
Remember that?
This one goes out to you. Yeah, and then you'd record it, right? I would record it. That's how I got, we had the blank cassettes. And I think I like commandeered a cassette deck boombox kind of thing from my dad. I don't think I didn't get one for a few more years, but I claimed his as my own, and then would record the show every time, and then you'd have to kind of cut it before the voiceover from the DJ started to come in, and then you'd stick that
I
on
did
another
that
cassette and you'd give it to
maybe a
your
few times.
girlfriend. And yeah, we
Yeah,
made like these crazy mix tapes this way.
yeah, I had a cassette tape player with a radio. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's interesting to hear
Boombox,
about
boombox.
AM and FM. Like I don't, to me, like I mean, okay, yeah, it makes perfect sense now that Michael mentioned it. That like AM is less, it's just like, or FM is just superior quality. But
Still is.
to my generation, I feel like, and certainly that's the obvious one when I stop and think about it. But it was just like a whole nother league of radio stations. There was nothing really to differentiate it except it was like a different kind of attitude or whatever. Did you ever do like radio? Did you ever make radios or do ham radio, or did you
No,
know?
I never got into that. No.
Okay. What year are you born, Dave?
69.
What year were you born?
1969.
69. Okay. Yeah, so that's 20 years. Yeah, my dad was building radios. He was like getting radios in the back of like science magazines maybe.
Uh-huh.
And he was like and he has a whole like tackle box, and he has like a whole tool, in his garage. He's got just drawers filled with transistors and capacitors and
Wow.
little
That's cool,
silicon
yeah.
dealios. And he's got these radios that are like this. They're these enormous radios with these giant dials on them, and they probably have like massive tubes in them and huge transducers and conductors. I have no idea what's in them. They have these giant dials on them, and they have these beautiful like hand knit cable covers that go to like Morse code little deals. And when we were kids, like before we went to bed, we my dad would teach us Morse code, and he would tell us like "I love you" or "Sweet dreams," and we would learn these in like Morse code. Yeah,
I don't know.
And I remember he told me that like he. The deal was that you would get I said, now I didn't quite understand how AM is connected to the Morse code thing. Like you can send Morse code across AM airwaves. Is that the deal? Do you know, Paul? Anybody know?
I have no idea.
I don't know how you send these things out. It must be on the radio waves. It's got to be on radio waves. But the deal is that maybe somebody. I just saw somebody had a ham licensed radio, radio license. Maybe he got on some bandwidth and with his buddies, like 5 or 10 of them, and they would send these Morse code to each other, and they would pick them up, and then they would decode them or whatever, and then they would send their address. That's all they would send, just their address. I think you would just send your address out, and then if somebody picked it up, they would write your address on a postcard, and then they would send you a postcard, and the postcard was your trophy for your signal getting picked up somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the further you could get the message out, the further it would go. The more street cred you would get, and they would sometimes punk each other, where they would go and they would send people like their addresses from France or they would send these bunk addresses so that their friends would show up at school and be like, yo, I got a message from France, or I got a message from England, and they'd be like, no, you didn't, it was me, like or something like that. But yeah, I don't know, like, and so wait, this coast to coast thing, this coast to coast AM, who's somebody mentioned, does that how far does AM radio go? Does it go clear across the country? Does it go across oceans? I don't even know how far it goes.
Well, back in the day, and I hate to say this, even before, when I was an infant, like, okay, WLS was the biggest, at least in the Eastern and Midwest. Okay. That's how many it could be heard. What the hell was it at nighttime? 30 states could pick it up back then.
Oh, that's
okay. The Mexican radio stations that of course start with the letter X, the big one being XERF, where Wolfman Jack and a few others. They didn't have US rules. They could do 100,000 watts, and so they pushed Yeah, I'm
Okay.
told that they could pick it up all the way from I think it was a little south of Tijuana, all the way to like the Rocky Mountains.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that. Anyway, once in a while, it's really goofy. I wish Doug was here. He would have been able to answer a little bit more of this, but I haven't checked in a few months. But if you go around midnight and you go up there's this nice top hill section, and you go all the way to the left of the dial on the AM,
Mhm.
you hear easy listening music from a station in Tijuana. I am like, what the hell? That you can hear from Tijuana, Mexico. Uh, Andy Williams. I'm like, and you're just sitting there in Arkansas going, what the hell? You know?
That's true. You can pick up at nighttime. You can pick up some faraway AM stations if you try.
I like Skip. I like WLW. I think what
Radio usually
WLW
travels
is
to local.
all kinds of
And then
fun.
hundreds of miles at night.
Yeah,
Interesting.
James is right.
Okay.
Yeah, James is right there.
I don't know if it's in Detroit. I see. Okay, very interesting. I will
Yes.
tell you, man. I got one of these amps. I have a couple amps in the house, but I have like a proper audio video amp. You know, like a Yamaha thing, and it's got a bunch of. It's got Bluetooth and all this stuff, but it has it's got radio, and you can program like in this real super basic interface that you have to sort of get a connection going to your computer. You can program it with digital radio stations, right? And I went through, I got online and was like, what are the best digital radio? So what are the best, internet radio stations in the world? And like, the BBC comes up, FIP, French International Radio or whatever comes up, and all these radio shows that are all around the world, and you program them into your your stereo, and you could push the button for like streaming, and the song music comes out of it, and it's whatever song you want to hear, it comes out, and you switch it to radio, and you listen to the radio, and it's the exact same fidelity, and yet there is just something that is different about the fact that it's like coming from, if somebody has like decided to put on a record or decided to put something out there for you, the fact that it's like curated for you by an actual DJ, and I know that most of them are like no longer actual DJs, but I'm
Yeah.
told that FIP or a couple of them still are, and it just is like it's a lost thing. It's very much a lost art, radio. I think that radio needs to come back like records have come back. Right? Radio should make a giant comeback. We should all be getting radio stations. Yeah, that would be cool. We should make like sorry to keep going, but you
No, it's
mentioned
okay.
50 watt, 100,000 watt. I DJ'd from a little pirate station in the on the continental divide of Colorado in this little tiny town called Ward, Colorado, and it was a 1 watt station. And I don't even know what 1 watt versus 100,000 watts means, but I just know we had a 1 watt station, and it was still like a giant gizmo, whatever it was that had this big antenna on it, and it was so fun to go up there. We were smoking what do they call it? The something cabbage. Help me out, Dave. I didn't know the reference today. The magic cabbage.
There you go.
I
What was
wouldn't
it?
know.
The jazz cabbage, I think it was. We were on the jazz cabbage, right? We would go spend all our money, blow all our money at the record store, go directly up to and the call sign, you'll love this. It was WAY high, WAY-HI, way high radio.
Oh
And
man.
it was like the claim was like it was the highest. It was literally the highest radio station in the United States because it was at like 13,000 or 12,000 feet or something like that. It was very high up there. It was a little log cabin in the middle of the woods.
Really?
And we would
Nice.
go, yeah, you had to go to you had to be in the know, and you had to go to the town. They had like what's it called? Like an Old West, like general store. They had like a general store,
Yeah, I know
and you
what
had to go to the general store, and you had to say like, I'm a friend of Bryce's, and I was told that if I come here and said, blah, 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 I'll get a secret key to the cabin, and they'd be like, yeah, okay, you've passed the test. And me and my buddy shared a key. And we'd get to go to this cabin, and you'd walk in, and not only could you not touch the opposite to your situation where you couldn't touch the turntables, there was about 6 turntables all in various states of disrepair.
Oh,
And you'd
no.
have to Frankenstein one of them together just to get some music out of them. It was so much fun. So much fun. And just like spin from Friday night until until Monday morning. Essentially, it was the best. It was the best. But
Cool.
radio should. I see some people saying like, yeah, let's bring radio back. Radio. How can we broadcast without? Surely. I mean, what are we interfering with? Are we really? Don't they have all that? Can't we just get on the radio without fear of like disrupting anything too bad? Or are we still in
See,
danger?
okay, I don't really understand why everything's going the way it's going, okay? But here's an example. They're talking about, okay, and this is not right. They're talking, it's a slow death for AM. I mean, I know some people are going to go, well, AM radio's been dead for 20, 30 years, except for the talk shows. You're right. But AM, like, for example, they're trying to not put it in the cars now, the new cars that are coming out, like 26, 27. I don't know if that's official yet. But the minute that they start doing that, your audience is now going to, like, there's no chance of an increase. I think personally that AM, unless you're already a big flagship station and you've got your resources. I'm talking about the smaller bands on AM. I think, out of all honesty, that okay, I got a second. Turd's mom is up here now, and so
what's going on?
the fuck everything. So the thing is that I think after paying like a small license fee, like the LPFMs, the low power FMs, here's your AM band. Here's your AM signal. There you go. Have at it. You can do what you want. But I don't know what kind of catch would be from the government. But I'm just like, they should give AM to the people. If they don't want to deal with it anymore, fine, don't. AM could be the new Wild West again, like FM was back in the 60s and 70s.
You should have an AM antenna on your phone, man. It should be like built into your phone. It'd be so cool.
Oh yeah, I've got it. I think
maybe there is one. I don't even know. I don't know.
There's one. I think on my model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's
what's going on.
We're all having this good discussion here of all kinds of things.
Oh shit! I want to see these comments.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh no, it's okay.
Surely not the Ward 1 watt station. I'll see that one white and raise you 4 for a 5 watt station.
It might have been a 5 watt station. I think it was a 1 watt. It might have been a 5 watt.
Back before the corporation bought out the radio business, there was a lot of great You're right. WAVX in Detroit. Jeff would know about that. And Randy too was a perfect example of a station with local connections. There's no room on FM band. Add commercial stations will tell the FCC and they will shut you down and fine you $10,000 a day. Well, if it's AM, the FM people aren't going to give a shit. I'm just saying there's got to be a way to somehow make it liable and viable. Satellite radio is the thing these days. That's true too. People are just slow to buy it. Yeah. But those who do sing its praises, and I have had a chance to listen to some satellite radio when I have gone off and gotten rental cars. The satellite radio has been built in, so I got to listen to some really cool channels. I'm not going to lie about that, but I just want to see more local flavor.
No. But to Michael Nolan's point, like the difference between AM radio and satellite radio is that the people didn't have to pay for AM radio. It's out there on the waves. It's incumbent upon the broadcaster to pay for to get the signal out there, right? And satellite, okay, maybe we're commercialists, but I don't want to pay. I want it to be in the air. I want to capture it from the air. I don't want to have to pay for it. I don't know. Maybe
you've been smoking some today, haven't you?
What's that?
You've been
That was
smoking some
the
today,
jazz
haven't you?
cabbage today.
Some
Yeah.
jazz cabbage.
But
The
that's what it
password
was,
is
though, right?
jazz
It
cabbage.
was
Jazz
once free.
cabbage.
It was free on the airwaves, right? Come on, it's like that's so cool. That's so subversive and punk and cool, right?
So it
I
is.
think they should bring that
I
back.
wish everything would go back to the way it was in the late 70s, early 80s, but it won't.
Dollar slices, you know,
It,
dollar
it was way
coffees.
better.
It was way
There
better.
was some fun radio back in the 70s and early 80s. I'll tell you
Hey,
that.
WABX played all the alternative stuff like Mop the Hoople and New
That's
York
cool.
Dolls and the Ramones and stuff like that. You know, all the other stations were just like playing Emerson, Lake and Palmer. It's like, come on, really? Come on.
Hey, sir, Mr. Mom, tell me. I don't think we've been
His
on
name's
panels
Jeff.
together. I've seen your,
Jeff.
but tell me your name, please, so I don't have to refer
Jeff.
to you.
Jeff.
Jim.
It's Jeff.
No, Jeff.
Jeff, Brian.
Yep.
Pleasure to meet you, man. Nice to meet you.
Same here.
Yeah, cool. Oh man, that's funny.
Hey, Paul.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Oh,
Look at that. Yes.
Shemp, right? Yeah.
I love
Shemp,
Shemp.
okay.
No respect. He didn't get any respect.
Poor Shemp.
Yep, I love
Three
Shemp.
Stooges.
Wait, help us out for us younger. But Shemp was the fourth Stooge, was
Four
he
Stooges.
not?
Yeah, Three Stooges.
Actually, he was one of the originals.
How does it go?
Yeah.
Tell me the story. I don't know the whole story.
Well, Mo and Larry got the gig with Ted Healy.
Mo and
And
Larry,
then they
and
needed then they
and
wanted
wait,
a
Curly
third
is
one.
Ted Healy.
No, Ted
Who's-
Healy was the leader. He was like the tall guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they needed a third guy. So then they got Shemp. And so it was Mo, Larry, and Shemp and Ted Healy. And then Shemp went off to do Joe Palooka movies because he got a contract with Columbia.
See, I didn't
Oh
know.
God, I think I've seen one of those movies at least,
That's
like on some Saturday afternoon thing.
Yeah. Then he also did Abbott and Costello movies too.
Yes.
So then they needed another guy.
Africa Screams, and in fact, in
So
Africa
Mo's
Screams,
like, well, I got a younger brother.
yeah,
Jerome. So
Shemp and Joe Besser are both in that movie. I think that's funny.
it is. I love Joe Besser too
Oh,
because
wait
he
a
wasn't
second,
trying to
Larry?
be curly and he wasn't trying to be
Very
short.
Joe Besser.
No. But
Cut
wait,
it
Mo,
out.
Not so hard.
Yeah, not so.
Cut it out,
hard.
you crazy you.
Yeah.
Wait, Mo and Shemp kind of look a little bit alike, right?
They're brothers.
Yeah, they're
They're
brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, and Curly was a brother of theirs too.
Okay. Oh, and who else was a brother?
I didn't.
Curly.
Okay. With the
His real name
bald,
was
the bald one.
Jerome.
Okay.
He was
Those three are
Jerry.
brothers. And then Larry was the hair, little bit of the hair, right?
Yep.
They're coming up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Just barely.
Larry was a great setup man.
Yeah. I want to go back and watch those.
I was watching a YouTube channel before I
They're
did this
much better
broadcast.
on they're much better on herbal cigarettes.
Yeah,
really are.
Frady Cat channel, and they actually were talking about, if you and Jeff, you probably remember this too, the late '70s robotic Stooges cartoon.
Oh,
Yeah.
The cartoon,
They were talking about that. Like, yeah.
I remember
Go,
that.
go,
Oh my
go
gosh,
subscribe to
that's old.
Frady Cat channel, by the way. I just became their
Beetle.
1,000th subscriber.
Go away,
they
Six
do
Beetle.
Hey Paul, did you see my comment I wrote in the chat?
Which one?
I ordered a T-shirt today.
No, how did I miss that comment?
It's oh God, what is it? Bozo's Grand Prize Game.
Oh yeah, I did show that. I think.
I gotta
That's gonna
have
be cool.
that.
I don't know where Brian went. Hopefully he's okay. Even in the '90s, had Z-Rock would get them through. Cincy FM station today. That station is a plain rock station.
Z-Rock, yeah.
Wyoming Dave could be the smart stooge. Hey, what's wrong with being the smart stooge there, Dave?
Six Beetle is an asshole. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
Nothing wrong with being a smart stooge.
Certainly.
Hey, that's what my ex-wife used to say all the time when I was watching them. She goes, "How can you watch that? You're stupid." I go, well, that's kind of like the point.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
They'd be the three geniuses if they were smart.
Yeah.
You like that song, Curly Shuffle? But jumping.
Yes, jumping the tap.
I mean, yeah.
Love the video too. The video is great.
I haven't seen the video for a while, but yeah.
Let's see. Speaking of that, I ain't gonna show the video, but because I know what'll happen to me.
Oh, copyright claim or whatever.
Always,
Hey, I
always.
shared that one Larry at Woodstock video that you put up. And that got a lot of laughs from people too.
All right. Let's play this since I haven't heard this in a while. Oh, here's Brian. Brian's back. Just in time to hear this.
JIT.
Yes. Chicagoland band too, by the way. They're out of Chicago area.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
How about them apples? All right.
Niagara Falls.
Nice. Slowly. I think Dick Cavett was from Gibbon, Nebraska. That was a ways from McCook.
Yeah.
Didn't Carson come from Nebraska? Or was
Yeah.
he Kansas?
John Carson's from Fremont or Columbus or Norfolk. John Carson's from Nebraska.
I'm not gonna. I do want to play a clip though, for about a minute maybe. But there was a death this week. No, there was a death this week. Steve McMichael, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise known as Mongo, one of the best Chicago Bears there was, especially for Super Bowl 20. Should he have been a four horseman also in WCW? Absolutely not. But needless to say, because he was on the Super Bowl 20 squad, I've got to play at least a minute of this. And I know you people are going to roll your eyes, you non-Bears fans, but that's okay. Just live with it for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
I like that. Actually, I like that song, the Super Bowl Shuffle.
I had that on the 45.
I remember
Brian Bosworth was from Oklahoma.
I had to vote for them. Detroit sucked.
This was back when they were good.
Walter Tate, man. I love Jim McMahon. Such an asshole. He's great.
Yeah,
well, they called me sweetness, and I like the
he was such a nice man, Peyton was.
They should have let him score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Sorry.
I got to meet him once.
Oh,
no.
Oh,
geez. Uh-oh.
I haven't heard that name since high school.
I practice all day and dance all night. I gotta get ready for the Sunday fight. Now I'm as smooth as a chocolate swirl. I dance a little funky, so watch me, girl. There's no one here that doesn't like me.
I don't know who wrote this damn thing, but it cracks me up, the whole damn thing.
You ever hear the Detroit Lions do Another One Bites the Dust?
I never have, no.
Oh my gosh.
I met Singletary
I
too,
love
another cool
Singletary.
dude. What an intense look he even
What a
gave me.
badass boy.
Yeah.
Oh. Look at you with those wide eyes, man. You're going to get hit.
Yeah. Anyways, there you go. So there you go.
Hey, I liked it, man.
I know.
Like I said, the Lions sucked, so I have to cheer for somebody.
And then a couple years later, the Bears really sucked. And so I wish I could find the parody, but they did a parody of Super Bowl Shuffle, but it was like, we are the Bears stumbling crew, coughing up the football, doing it for you. I'm like, this is not funny, but it's true. Because we sucked. Like it was like 87, 88. We sucked. Like, what happened?
Hey, did you go to a Super Bowl? Yeah, you did. Did you win? Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
My Lions haven't gone to a Super Bowl yet. So say what you want.
Love you too, 60.
Maybe someday.
Like kill him with
When you watch that damn picture, man. What's up with that?
I was talking.
Yeah, well, you know what? Today was NFL draft, if I remember right. Hopefully we got somebody good. Hopefully. So sorry about David Thomas from Pierre Ubu dying. Everybody's all dying left and right. It's like flies.
Yeah.
They're dropping them like flies.
Someone talked about David Thomas the other day on some live stream, so I just. Okay.
Which Dave Thomas are we talking about? From Wendy's? from SCTV. What?
I was just going to say SCTV. Let's not confuse him with Dave. I like Dave Thomas. SCTV.
The musician, I assume.
Thomas was also in Rocket from the Tomb. I don't know if I've ever heard that. You got me on that one. I hate to say, Sean.
Me too.
I don't know who the Bears drafted yet. I got to figure that out. I don't. I know it has to be over by now. The draft. I mean, the draft takes days. I think because they got so many picks. But I mean, I don't know who our top pick is.
Yeah.
I just know we sucked so bad last year. I think we did good in the picking. That's about the only time we ever do good is in the picking. Although, what the hell was that? What the hell was his name? He was a top pick, and yet we got screwed up. He was a quarterback. Oh, geez. In the early O's. Early to mid O's. Why can I not remember this guy's name? A nice guy, though. I met him, but I'm just like, ugh.
Sorry, you got me on that one.
Yeah. Well.
I don't know. The Lions keep sucking. I mean, at least they're making it to the playoffs now.
Yeah.
But still, come on.
Hey, look, Brian's wearing his Papa Nez hat.
Yeah, I got this one's kind of, I'm checking out my Monty Python's Contractual Obligation album.
I've seen that.
This one's got some funny, it says, can Terry Gilliam do a nice eye-catching cover to help this sell? Eric Idle. Not really worth it, says Terry. Who's Terry Jones? And then the album, the songs are really funny. What's track one? What's a contractual obligation? Number two, a lawyer's opinion. Number three, another lawyer's opinion. Number four, possible penalties from failing to fulfill a contractual obligation. Yeah, it's silly. It's like a compilation. But it's fun. Good times. And look at the cover. It's got that's the cover. It's like a wrinkled. It's like an inner sleeve. That's the actual cover. That's not the actual record. It's kind of funny. Oh yeah, I'm just putting records away. So
has anyone on the panel ever watched Rugby League? It's like rugby union.
Not really.
No, you got me on that, Brandon. I know what you're talking about with the rugby, but and what do you mean you don't like REO that much? The old stuff. The last decent album they had was Wheels Are Turning from '84. After that, they went. That was the end of that, in my opinion. And trust me, when July comes, I'm doing some Christmas albums for Jukebox from Hell. REOs will be there. There's your hint for you for Christmas.
They did a Christmas album? I didn't know that.
That was the last album they did. They had the Curse of the Christmas album. REO REO technically disbanded. Last album they did was a Christmas album. Moody Blues, last album they did was a Christmas album. Hall & Oates, last album they did was a Christmas album.
They're biting.
I know.
They don't like each other.
I know. Daryl and John, you better.
What? All you got to do is just
make up, even if you had a little tug.
Travel separately. That's all you got to do. You get out there, do
That's
a
what
show.
the Monkeys did. That's what the Monkeys had to do. They take 3 buses. I saw them in 13, and they had 3 tour buses, one for each member. I'm like, come on.
Because everybody had a problem with alcohol.
Oh yeah, well,
So wait,
Winter comes along in Mustang Town.
Who had the drug problems in the Monkeys? Who had the alcohol problems? All of them.
Mike didn't have a problem. Not that I know of.
I think
Peter had a problem with a lot of stuff.
Yeah. You wish Paul McCartney would do a Christmas album, huh?
No.
Well, that's what James said. I'm just repeating.
No, he could have did that back in like the 80s.
I don't know.
Don't do it now with the voice the way it is. Stop.
He doesn't know about the Christmas album curse.
What's that?
He doesn't know about the Christmas album curse.
Who doesn't know about the Christmas album?
No, I said the Christmas album curse.
Christmas album curse. Well, yeah, that's what I just got done talking about. Was the Christmas album curse? It's like if you want to kill your band, make a Christmas album, and then you'll break up within a year or two, and that'll be the end of that.
I know Ringo.
Or Sing for Disney. Yes, that's the other one.
Disney.
But there's got to be hundreds of Christmas albums that didn't sabotage the band. No, I mean there's probably just as many. No, I would
The
think.
Royal Guardsmen.
That's funny. You bring them up. They're
I know,
working on a
I
new.
heard them yesterday.
They're working on a new album. It's supposed to come out this year. Every one of them is alive but one. I never thought I'd hear that. The Royal Guardsmen putting out an album in 2025. I'm
They're
like,
still making music. Yeah.
So
yeah.
the one that's not around anymore, did the Red Baron get him?
Red Baron got him. That's right. You know how he got him?
Bloody Red Baron.
With extra tasty frozen pizza. The Red Baron. That's actually one of my favorites. Yes. Here's a double meat, quadruple meat pizza. It'll clog your arteries. Throw like every meat source you can find.
You say double meat, one for each tower.
What? Double meat what?
You say double meat, one for each tower.
One for each tower? What the hell are you doing?
9/11.
You know, I'm not even gonna even answer that.
Double meat.
You know, you know, this is what happens here. If it's not the grandson, it's the son.
It's the son.
Everybody thinks 9/11 jokes are awkward.
Is it tube steak smothered in underwear?
Yipes! All right, I'm not even answering that.
Yeah, man, we get to see Brian's gut.
Sorry, I'm putting some records. I'm putting records away. I'm listening.
The Partridge Family made a wonderful Christmas album. Yeah, and you're correct on that because they didn't break up after they did the Christmas album. I didn't say everybody broke up after a Christmas album. I'm just saying it's kind of weird when you got three different examples. And there's probably more. I just don't remember them right now. But yes, the Partridge Family did actually make a wonderful Christmas album. I had a copy with
right
a Christmas
over here.
card. Does yours come with a Christmas card by chance?
No.
I gotta confess, my copy did, but it kind of, I guess, for 1971, 72 imagery, it looked like what would be like early pixelated dots that made the image. Paul Revere and the Raiders did a Christmas album. It wasn't their last album, though.
Oh, yeah.
You're right, John, but
maybe it should have been.
Yes.
I never heard that album, to be honest with you.
Doug Vinyl Grotto has got it, and he's going to let me borrow it so that I can do Christmas album in July Jukebox from Hell, because that Christmas album was the least charted Columbia album that they ever did while they were on Columbia from 63 to 72.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Did you ever put shoe polish on a pair of binoculars? And that would be funny. Jethro Tull made a Christmas album. That's right. And that's what broke up him and Martin Barr. No, I'm fucking with you, Brandon. I don't know. But you know, maybe that could be it. It's like, fuck this Christmas album. I don't do another album with you. I don't know why I said it like that. But
playing the skin flute.
The Ruddles should have put a Christmas album out. Oh.
No.
The Ruddles.
I love that.
No, they should have
the Ruddles. Leave them alone.
They should have released a series of flexis.
Yeah.
Christmas messages.
Oh God, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. What band should not make Christmas albums? J.J. Cale, yes.
Kiss.
Yeah, but they have to for the soundtrack for Kiss Saves Christmas. They have to. You know, they could cover Christmas with the Devil from Spinal Tap.
I heard Air Supply made a Christmas album in the 80s.
Let's see. Who?
Air Supply, I think, made a Christmas album.
Oh, boy. Let's not remember that again, shall we?
And that short little lead singer has all these tattoos now, like he's supposed to be a badass. It's like, no, you're not. You're not.
Let's see who else. Black Oak, Arkansas. There you go. They shouldn't have made a Christmas. Yeah, and it's like all worst. That's right. Ho ho ho, where the hose?
Oh, where the hose?
Hot and nasty.
Do you guys ever collect these like old reggae compilations, like Studio One and Treasure Island old school like compilations
No,
of
because
like
I'd
the new
have to be able to
Caledonians.
smoke pot.
Aye, me mateys,
I
I've
can't.
heard
I
of
love
Treasure
these.
Island.
You won't be able to see it, but that is a very, very young Bob Marley right there. And
Oh,
the
cool.
Wailers.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Whalers. Yeah, I see that. Delroy Wilson, Lord Creator, never heard of.
Cool.
Delroy Wilson, the Soulettes, and the Gay Lads.
The gay, what? The
But
gay lads?
this has the Wailers are doing on this. They're doing Rolling Stone. They do a cover of Bob Dylan's Rolling Stone.
Oh, like
And
a
on
Rolling
this
Stone.
one,
Yeah.
the new Caledonians are doing You Won't See Me, You Won't See Me. I love a good Beatles, a good reggae version of a Beatles tune.
Interesting. Mungo Jerry never did a Christmas album, and look where Mungo Jerry has been. A new album too last year, and I heard two songs off of it. Oh yes, and it was horrible. Those two songs. Oh, look at that.
Taj Mahal, love me some Taj. Yeah.
I've heard of Taj Mahal. I don't know.
Oh, Taj is great. If you don't have Taj, you got to go listen to some Taj.
That's when you walk into your brother's room in the 70s and it smells like pot. Yeah.
The first time I heard
and
anything
then they light up the coconut incense to try to cover the smell, and it doesn't do anything.
The coconut incense. Oh God. That's
Jeff,
right,
where
Skip.
Are you from? Where in the world are you?
I am South Carolina via Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, really?
Good vibes.
I don't know. 6'8", Brian, 6 Beatles asking, what's with Brian in the ski cap all the damn time? Isn't it ever warm in Japan?
I
haven't had a shower yet, so my hair is just kind of a wreck. So I need a haircut, and I just kind of like covering up my.
You're having a bad hair day.
Yeah, bad hair day.
Well, that's better than having a no hair day like I got.
Well, I ride around on the motorcycle, and you get out of the shower and you put a helmet on, and then you get to the next place and you look like a doofus, and so you just end up wearing a hat all the time. And yeah, anyway, that's the hat. Yeah, don't forgive me, please. Do you want me to go hatless? Does somebody want me to go hatless? I'll that wasn't me that asked the
jazz
question.
album. What is it?
Nathaniel Ratliff.
And the Night Sweats.
He's blues kind
Is
of.
that Harry Potter?
I don't like Night Sweats.
Nathaniel Ratliff.
They soak right through the sheets, and that's the end of Night Sweats.
He's not bluesy. People always give me a hard time because I don't like the blues. That's the only blues I got.
Oh, Toby's getting a treat.
Look at this messy hair.
I have the blues a lot, but I just have to.
Nathaniel Mars and the Night Sweats, another album by him.
Night Sweats.
Yeah,
I just brought that up. The Night Sweats. Ugh.
Hey,
if you're
guys,
having, yes,
I had a dream about my English teacher, and I got stuck to the bed.
You got what?
What? I didn't hear all
that. To the bed.
Boom, boom.
Stuck to the bed.
Michael Kelso.
I don't think I was smart enough to get that one. What? Wait.
Mrs. Peterson. Oh God, Mrs. Peterson.
I'm Peterson. Who's saying Mrs. Peterson?
I used to be a substitute teacher in McHenry, Illinois, where I went to high school. Her name was Mrs. Peterson. She was the cheerleading coach. Oh my God, those short skirts. Oh
my fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Bennett. Oh my God, what a babe.
Oh,
holy shit.
We got it made. We're hot for teacher.
Yeah. Fifth grade wasn't bad either. Mrs. Vivier. Oh yeah. You know, she had this piece of like shag carpeting in the corner with where you could like lay down on the carpeting and read a book or whatever.
Sure.
You know, and I was doing that one day, and she came and fucking stood like right over my head, dude.
Yeah.
I saw everything. Like, wow, that's great, man.
Early anatomy.
To think about. You gave me something to grow on.
Literally and figuratively.
Was she wearing underwear, Jeff, or not?
No.
Oh, really?
Which also brings.
That made it better.
Which always brings the eternal question: do black patent leather shoes always look up? Do they reflect?
This conversation is going on. This conversation is going off the rails, fellas.
Well, what do you expect?
What do you expect? I'm here.
Yeah, just
Sure,
I'm
you know, that's part of it.
Shit.
Like your
There it
ass.
is.
Oh, here, this one hasn't really aged all that well, but it's a great cover. This is the humor of Lenny Bruce.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, right.
I had
He's got-
one Lenny Bruce album, but that wasn't it. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a red vinyl on Fantasy.
I think this one's red as well, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Oh,
Isn't that cool?
Shoot, that's Fantasy Records did colored vinyl albums on purpose. I mean, red vinyl.
Why is that?
I don't know. That I just did.
Give you a commie.
Because what is it? I've got
an album, Brian. That's a hard to find album.
Speaking of Wyoming, Dave loving jazz. I have somewhere in my collection a Earl Papa Hines on Fantasy with a red vinyl.
Earl Hines. I think I've heard of. Yeah, I've heard of him.
Piano. Yeah. I found that for like 50 cents. I'm like, ooh, this is in nice condition.
Last time I was in Michigan, I found a great album at a record store, and I just had to have it. It was still in the shrink wrap and everything.
What was it?
Flip Wilson, Cowboys and Colored People. You want to see the paper and get that one.
That's what I thought. Yes. You know, and here's the funny part about that one.
I like
the censored one is rarer than that.
The censored version just has this cover.
Yeah.
Believe
it or not, that's a tougher one to find than the two ladies. But I'll tell you, like Jeff said something about,
there you are.
Oh my, wait a minute. Let's see that again.
Yeah, they're
please.
kind of easy. They're not that hard to come by here. In fact, I saw a rare one that I'd never. I saw All Things Must Pass on red
cool.
vinyl.
Wow, it's still.
But it was a little bit beat up. All Things Must Pass, busted up box, busted up records, busted up everything. $30-$40 on red vinyl.
I love this. My German teacher wore pants so tight, if she had a quarter in her back pocket, you could read the date. That's a good one. That's a good one, Six. I'll give you a point for that.
That's a good one. I like that.
Oh my God.
My catchphrase is, you could bounce a quarter off that. That's what I say.
I know that one.
Yep.
Nice.
I can't say anything else because the kid's here. Right. The other stuff. Oh, man.
Gotta be PG-13.
Unfortunately.
Cool.
You guys have big singles collections, 7-inch collections?
I have a shitload of 45.
I've got 350 of them.
That's pretty good.
I've never counted them, but I have a lot of 45 records.
I would say probably about Jeff's amount, if not more.
Do you guys ever take them out? And do you guys ever play your records out of the house?
Sure.
It's been a little while, but yeah, I want to do that again.
That's
just for the hell of it. I love playing 45s.
Jeff, when you go, or Dave, when you guys go play records, what do you like to? For 45s for 7-inch? What's your collection? Is it all over the place, or is it?
Yeah, I have. I have 50s music, 60s 45s, 70s 45s. I have 1980s 45s.
Okay.
Yep. From the 50s,
some square,
the 90s.
Official show. Here's my recent.
I love collecting 45s because
I can't read that.
I'm sorry, my stupid webcam.
Leslie Gore.
Yeah.
You don't know me.
Yeah. That's my stupid webcam. Jeff keep focuses on focus.
You know, anytime I ever think of Leslie Gore, which is very rare to begin with, it's the Batman show when she's playing the.
Need some focusing. This is
I can't remember what the hell her name was on there.
Little Peggy March.
Oh, cool.
I love him. I love him. I love him.
Yeah.
That song is so.
I'm trying to think what the heck the last batch of 45s that I found, I played the Rock a Beatin' Boogie from '53 with the Esquire boys. That was great.
Oh,
That was a
Esquire.
great track.
That's one Bill Haley remade. Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
he wrote the song.
Yeah, that one cooked. Oh, that was 2 years before Bill did it. It cooked.
The last 45 I bought was Phantom, Rocker, and Slick, Men Without Shame.
Oh, what a great cast was in that band.
Yes,
Phantom,
that's
Rocker, and
something you
Slick
don't
kicked
hear.
ass.
Yeah.
I bought this just yesterday or the day before.
There you go.
Oh,
My
look
mom had
look
that.
at you.
Japanese picture disc.
Oh,
I
I
have
like
a
the
nice little 7-inch
What's on the B
collection.
side? Is it Faraway Eyes?
Yes.
I
And
love
it's kind
that.
of a cool, nice
Nice.
graphic.
Yep.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm just my box. I have a few of these boxes. That not that many, but I've got 2 or 3 of these. And then you guys know what's going off right now? This is those there's a good one in Japan. I've showed it here a few times. It's kind of a big one, but there's a big box and they're real well made, and they've got feet on both the bottoms and tops, and you can connect like a shoulder strap to it, and then you can use like one side to like the records that
Definitely,
you've already
James.
played. But I tell you what, man, it wasn't cheap. It was like, and it's not that well made, but it's kind of cool. But it was like almost $200
Wow.
for a box.
Yeah.
But it was like I couldn't find anything better, and I didn't really want like a like one of those backpack kind of things. I wanted something that had like a little bit of jazz to it, And those the 45 cases that my parents and maybe your parents had, like with the little the little
I had.
cardboard boxes, with the little toss, they held 20, 30 records. They sell for so much money here in Japan. I can't even believe you can't get one for like less than $80. These little crappy boxes, and they're all beat to shit. Yes, these things, they go for a lot of money here. A lot.
Yeah, I found one of these someplace.
Yeah, that one, Dave. It's like all of those. They're super, super coveted here.
Platter pack.
Very cool.
I have some 45 in there too, but not all of my.
I'm never going to get rid of that Donnie Marie. Now I want to find. They made a Kiss one and they made a Jackson 5. So now I want to find those two.
The psychedelic one.
That's awesome.
I got one of those, Dave, but in orange.
Oh, cool. Platter pack again, Brian.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, that Crazy Horses song. My son loves that song, and so he got the 45 at this record store.
Nice.
And I go, hey, you got your phone on you? I go, go on Spotify and look up "I Just Want to Make Love to You" by Foghat. Sounds like the same fucking song. I'm telling you, it does.
How old's your son, Jeff? If you don't mind me asking.
24.
Wow. And he's collecting records?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
And you got him kind of going on that, or did
he loves a lot of indie stuff?
Cool.
Indie.
Yep.
And does he come over and kind of
all kinds of different music now?
Wow, that's cool.
And he's also into K-pop too.
Does he have okay? And does he come over and try to raid your record collection, or how do you guys share?
No, but I've had so much, influence on his, like his favorite band is the Beatles. There you go. He just bought the Monkees box set.
No.
Nice.
All the episodes, and yeah.
So was that true from the beginning? I'm curious because I have a 14-year-old who's not.
He was 3 years old, and I took him to his first concert.
Okay, what was that?
Kiss, because that was his favorite band.
Hogan's.
Wow,
and he
that
knew
was
all
his
the lyrics
favorite
to all
band.
the songs, and everybody was looking at him going, "How old is that kid?" I'm like, "He's 3." I'm like, yeah.
24.
How that kid slept during Ted Nugent is beyond me. God. Like, man, like, damn. But as soon as Kiss started, man, he was wide awake.
He's born in 2001-ish. Yeah.
Huh?
He was born in 2000-ish, 2001-ish.
No, he's 2000, man.
Okay. Oh, he's a millennial baby.
Cool. Yeah.
Yep, he was born on Friday, October 13th, 2000.
Wow, what a birthday! Holy
and
cow!
my ex-wife wouldn't let me name him Jason.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, well, I got to come up with something else. And she goes, why don't you give him your name? I go, why the fuck would I do that? I haven't had any luck with it. Why would I want him to have it? Like, that's just dumb shit. So I had to think of a name. I'm like, ooh, well, it's got to be like a horror movie because it's October. And it's
Right.
Friday the 13th. So I'm like, Jacob's Ladder. I went,
Jacob.
Jacob. There you go.
Okay, nice name. That's a
So
good
I'm
name.
like, Halloween, Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
So I'm like, yep. So I'm like, Jacob Michael Allen. There you
Nice.
are.
Oh, Jacob
That's a
Michael
good
Allen.
name.
Yeah. Give him
That's
my
cool.
name.
Yeah,
Shit
my
with
son.
that.
I haven't really connected with music with my son, although he likes like old school hip hop, but he's not like my son's real into dance. He's real into hip hop dance, and he's kind of like he's working up the ranks actually in a way that like he's competing and stuff. Like he takes it pretty serious, and he can do like a backflip, and he's like. Yeah,
Cool.
he's like really going for it, but he doesn't really connect with the music other than the fact that it just like gives him a beat. But every time they end up playing something like and it's like all over his dance school, old school hip hop, and I'll bring home a Rob Bass record. I'm like, yo, this is Rob Bass, or this is Criss Cross, or this is
Rob
House of
Bass,
Pain,
oh
and
yeah,
he's like
Rob
not
Bass.
interested at
You
all.
put on No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
I should try Beasties. Yeah, it's a good call.
Oh,
Rob Bass did that song. It Takes Two from
It
'88.
Takes Two. Yeah, what else have I got him? Like Biz Markie, Run DMC, and
His Marquis, Just a Friend. That's one.
yeah.
that
KRS
sounds
One.
classic.
Yeah, but he
KRS
doesn't.
One.
He's just not there yet. And my daughter is like, couldn't even be. She's got this Japanese thing that she's like K-pop. You know, that's essentially like it's J-pop,
Yeah.
but it's K-pop. She's not.
My
She did
son
like
and my daughter's favorite K-pop group is Shiny.
Yes, I know them. They're big. I photograph
yeah.
them sometimes.
My
Not
daughter,
the band, but
my daughter and my son are just like everything they put out, just like they had to have it. It's amazing.
I think they stole the show at Coachella this year. Like they had like this side tent, like off of the main stage where they had all the Asian acts, and they put them all together. They put like the Koreans and the Taiwanese and the Japanese who don't
That's kind of racist,
share
ain't
much
it?
in common on the same stage, and they did this like medley of all of their songs together, and it was like the craziest. This was last year. It was the highlight of the festival.
They
I
used to
think.
play that stuff in the car, you know, when we take trips somewhere.
Did you ever find yourself
I'm
kind of
like,
liking it over the years?
I loved the music. I thought the music was great.
Right.
I go, but I just can't understand the language. But okay, so there's a variant.
Okay. That's an open
The music
mind.
was good.
Cool.
Hey, Brian, would you consider that guy who did a Gangnam Style by PSY K-pop or not?
Yeah.
Oh dear Lord.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh my God.
It was a catchy song. I thought it was kind of catchy song.
You had to bring it up. I have tried to forget that song.
Okay, sorry.
That's a great song.
You might as well bring up William Hung while you're at it too, if you're going to go that way with it.
Yeah, those come along every couple of years. The
There's an
Japanese
Asian group
version-
called Blackpink. I've heard the name.
Yep.
Blackpink, I can't say I know
Blackpink.
them.
Not to be confused with Pink Lady and
Girls
Jeff.
Generation. Look them up. You got
I
like
didn't catch
9
that.
girls. Oh yeah.
The one to kind of keep an eye on that's just kind of fun is this band called Atarashi Gakko Leaders. Atarashi Gakko means new school. They're called the New School Leaders, and they're these girls who are like they wear
I'm
like
gonna have
the
to ask
school
my son because he probably knows it.
He probably does. But they wear these like school girl, uniforms, right?
Ooh,
And
like
then they
tattoo.
come out with they've got like samurai swords and they're like badasses and they like da, 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 da. It's this
That's like
really
baby
aggressive
metal.
thing. It's fun. It's kind of funny and cute. We saw them at Summer Sonic this year. It was a good time.
Cool. My son loves baby metal.
Baby metal's
And
huge. Yeah.
no,
It's a
James.
song again.
Sorry. No, not happening. But on that note, see, it's funny because he always brings this up just about when I'm about ready to wind this down. And no offense, that's what we're going to do because, I got to take care of some things and then I got to get. So I want to appreciate everybody here. I'm glad this has been fun. I'll tell you, like I said, I haven't had Brian on in a while, and Jeff, it's been a while for you too. So. And then, of course, Dave being here too. I appreciate all you guys
Yeah,
being
my
out
computer
here.
took a shit, so it's just like this is my new one.
Well, hey, whatever
are.
it takes, right? Whatever
Yep.
it takes, it's all good. But when one
I
beetle
like
when
this
one
vibe,
beetle
Paul.
leaves, another
This
gets
vibe of
clipped.
this show.
Omaha
Sorry to interrupt.
Outcast.
Yeah.
It's a
I
good
like it.
vibe
This is
over
a good
here,
show.
Paul. You got a good vibe, and it's the island of misfit toys is a good place to be. I like this place a
It
lot.
is. I like this
Yeah, I'm the
island.
Charlie in the box.
You are the Charlie in the box.
Yep.
It is yet to be determined what the hell I am, but that's quite all right. Eventually, we'll have the live action play. But until the live action play does come out, remember, always powered by coffee each and every time, ladies and gents. And this ultimate important fact. Psycho's Platters is a Love Peace production.